say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say now. Oh, now. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have you breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. No one until you get by. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be in your lane. I can be real good. We don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queentulsa show. We are here tonight to bring you some great content. If you are a new subscriber, I want to thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, definitely want to thank you for that. Okay, so tonight we have a great show for you tonight. The content will be provided by the official King Payne. Okay. If you didn't know, that is my mentor. Okay. And official King Payne has definitely been in the news. He really hit the headlines when he was down at the Tory Lanez trial, covering the story. And so now, he's developed relationships within the community. And one of those relationships is with a popular late music industry artist by the name of Jaguar Wright. Okay. If you guys know Jaguar Wright, you probably know her from spilling all of the industry's tea. Well, it seems like Mrs. Wright got a dose of her own medicine because now she's having a breakdown, people. And I'm not a fan of gloating in someone's misery. However, mental health is real and we all need to be aware of our mental health. We do have a special guest tonight with us. We have Queen Lacey in the building, and she's got the note, the FYI, the memo, no crunching of the ice and no eating. Everybody welcome Queen Lacey to the panel.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you tonight? And welcome to the show.
I'm well, thank you.
Absolutely. So listen, before we get right into it, go ahead and let the people know, what your vibe is and what you plan to accomplish out of this live today, Queen Lacey, are you there with us?
Can you repeat that?
All right. So just give the people, kind of a rundown. You're here for support. You're here to engage with the audience and speak on the hot topics. So with all that being said, are you ready for the show?
I am ready. I am so ready.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Are you familiar with Jaguar Wright?
No, I'm not. Can fill me in.
Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm going to actually. Oh, okay. So let me fill you in. There's a group called Carbonation or a late group of Carbonation. And pretty much what that was a cult. They had one leader. His name was Elijah Bishop, aka Nature Boy. And pretty much Nature Boy rounded up, men, women, children, and they lived as a cult. They prayed together, they ate together. When it was time for punishment, everybody gathered around to watch the punishment. And this had been going on over time. It was abuse, allegations of RA, that word. And finally, their leader was reprimanded by police last year. Well, being that it was a cult, everybody was there up until they got the, knock on the door of, your king isn't coming out just yet. And so now they're scrambling around for opportunities. Okay. So one of the members of the Carbon Nation, the Colts, has got a hold to Jaguar Wright, which is, like I said, an artist that was in the industry. She worked with Jay-Z. You know, she's been to the flyest parties. You know, she was able to experience some things in the music industry that us as, you know, quote unquote, normal people wouldn't have experienced. And so what she did was she had come on YouTube, she made friends with some YouTubers and eventually fell out. But before they fell out, there were private conversations being had and recorded. And also some betrayal from friends, you know, particularly a nosy lady by the name of Nosy. She put it out that Jaguar was not interested in her man that she's married to for, I believe, over 11 years. And, you know, now the woman has had a breakdown. Okay. So
Okay.
pretty much what's been going on. But give me 1 second. I'm going to find that clip of her breakdown. And so as I'm bringing this clip up, this clip is going to reference, is going to show you that Jaguar Wright was definitely aggressive with her husband, and she eventually got aggressive and went on to assaulting him. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and pull this up for us, so we can definitely get into this. Okay. Oh, it's a sad story. It's a sad day in America. Okay. Shout out to Nick at Night. She did take clips of the encounter. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring this clips up and we'll sound off and give our commentary right after.
Okay.
Do, bitch. I'm gonna show you what the army taught me, motherfucker.
Can I ask you something? Straight jacket, because you can't control yourself with your own family. They don't want to live with you. They don't want to be with you. They scared of you. They call me, not you. They call me to get away from you, you bitch. Fuck you. And you put your hands on your woman and you get online and lie about it. You a hoe ass goomba head, and we gonna jump on that bitch ass on level 1 because you ain't nothing but a little op. A little op. A level 1 op. You a liar, and you're gonna kill yourself. You will run back and forth between your little blocks because you a crazy motherfucking lying bitch ass nigga who wish she was the nigga that she's been fucking, that she say in your face, because she don't fuck with you. She lets you know everybody who she fucks because she fucking hates your bitch ass and can't wait to get away from you because you trap her because you think you should, nigga. You a tech team, and you don't even do that shit right, nigga. She hired me to take your job, bitch. That's why you feel how you feel, because you're not a man, you're not a husband, you're not even a good worker. You're a bum that plays Call of Duty all fucking day, smokes 50 cigarettes and weed, and your house is trash. And I walked in your house with you first, and we were in your house together. I was talking to her son. You were in there bitching back and forth with her, or maybe you blacked out. Maybe you blacked out. I have it on record. I have voice recordings, dumb motherfucker, because I hear what you're saying to her. And I hear what she's saying to you. You dumb bitch. That's why I was in the room, because she told me to come in the room. She said, hey, come look at my room. Come take a look at it. Don't be afraid. Come here, nephew. Come take a look at the room. It's okay. You was in the room, you stupid motherfucker. You were in there. You were in the room, bro. When you were in there, you never told me to get out. I'm looking around like, oh, okay, this shit dirty. And I'm realizing, like, bro, I'm not saying nothing, though, because I'm in your house, right? This is your fucking dumpster that these people don't live like. You live like this. Shut the fuck up, bitch. in my face. You don't got no right to lie to these people about how you put your hands on your woman, how you abuse your woman on a regular. You want to talk about the second time I was there? The second time I was there, we had been in communication. I walked in and he walked out of my room. You dumb motherfucker. We told you we was coming. We called you 50, no, you called us 50 times. We told you we coming. We said he on the way. He better not be there. I said, yeah, I'm here.
Mute him real quick.
No, he's coming. I'm on the way. When we got there, you
Mute him real quick.
You
Mute him quick. Mute him quick so you can hear me.
To leave your bitch.
1 second, 1 second.
So my question is this: if you heard the shit, nigga, you knew. Oh, he left.
He left.
Of course, that bitch left because you don't want to hear the proof.
Y'all cannot. He has a question for you. I'm telling him that you got a question.
My question is, since he heard me, why the fuck did he walk in my fucking house? He want that ass whooping, didn't he?
My. Shout out to the 1,800 people in the motherfucking building. Make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribe to this motherfucking building. Yeah, shout out to everybody, okay? Support. Goomba's Cash App is in the chat. Okay.
She came up here and assaulted me while I was at a fucking barbershop. Her and fucking goddamn me, Soular, came to the barbershop where I was sitting there resting in peace after the fucking cops was called on me. Fucking bruised me and fucking assaulted me. Come up here acting a fucking fool. Throwing Giovanni's ashes out the car, calling niggas bitches and hoes. Come up here acting a fucking donkey. Didn't fucking leave. And somebody else called the cops on her. Somebody else called the cops on her. I can't calm her down. I can't calm her down. They came up here and assaulted me. Her and motherfucking me, Soular, came up here and assaulted me at the motherfucking barbershop. I never called the laws of my wife. She did this to herself. Hanging out with that motherfucker nigga in the back of that motherfucking car. Soular, fucking motherfucking sex cultists. Talking about I love you, I love you. They fucking drinking and everything. They both fucking drunk as fuck. Fucking doing fucking lives and shit with motherfucking King Payne. Talking about me, I put guns and shit on her. I didn't put no gun on her. She didn't tell y'all the truth. She grabbed that motherfucker and said she should shoot me in the motherfucking head. She get the shit over with because I ain't working.
All right. Shout out to the official King Payne, my mentor. Okay. His link is in the description. You guys make sure you go over and follow my mentor. Tell him that Queentulsa sent you. Now, Queen Lacey, being that you've listened to that audio, right? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings on the light-skinned guy? I mean, just because you don't know what happened, what is your take on just watching this video? Queen Lacey.
It's toxic. Oh my gosh. The Soular.
Yes.
Now he was messing around with Jaguar.
Girl, the way that is so set up, yes. Do you get that vibe that he was messing with that man's wife?
Yeah, but did I hear him say he went in his room?
Yeah. We have Norris Tony in the building. He says, "Hey, Queentulsa and Lacey.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome."
He's playing Russian roulette.
Absolutely.
So they're mixed up in this cult.
Yeah. Absolutely. So pretty much where they are now, and as far as like the cult, Soular is a member of a cult, and it's called it was called Carbonation. Well, Carbonation isn't running, so now they are making Carbon Island, and Jaguar Wright is supposed to be the priestess for this new found cult.
So there's so Soular is the king, basically.
Does it appear that way? Like seriously, does it appear that Soular is a king?
I'm assuming so.
All right. You know what? You might be onto something because this was my thing. You know, older woman, always coming online and, you know, always upset, always ready to put somebody on front street. Always ready to put somebody on front street. Like she goes off and she tells all, you know, allegedly P. Diddy's business, you know, about him being in the, you know, industry and the parties and how he gets down. You know what I mean?
I know. I heard about how he gets down, but they ain't none of my business. But continue.
Exactly. And it was none of hers, but she just kept on going. Now, what I want to do is I'll refer to King Payne's video. King Payne, if you are watching, you definitely did get credit. But I want to bring up this clip and I want you to see kind of the actions because there was a lot that I left out. Now, brace yourself because there is a scene where the woman, oh, Miss Lacey, could you cut your TV down in the
Let me
background?
put my seatbelt on. Okay.
Yeah, put your seatbelt on, cut your TV down, brace yourself, get your water. Let me go ahead and give our disclaimer and we'll get right into the video.
All
Disclaimer.
right.
Okay. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit, educational, or personal use. Tips to balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. So now that we've got that out the way, let me go ahead and bring up King.
Oh, they on their way, girl. About to get lit over here. So let me make sure that we get through these receipts. So when they show up, girl, I don't have to stop midway or nothing like that, girl.
You fucking dead! You put your motherfucking hands on me, you dead!
Ooh.
Fuck that! You fucking fake ass fucking gangsters! I'm blowing this shit up!
My, not terrorist threats, Jag. Not terroristic threats, Jag. I don't know. Right now, it's up in the air whether or not Jaguar went to the hospital or if she went to jail. Guma said something about bail, then he said something about help. Okay, on period. But then he's cautious about giving out the location. If she was in jail, she would be, you know.
And you know what? How rude of me. Let me go ahead and do some housekeeping. We do have Even Jesus Drank Wine giveaway on the way. She's in the building. We have Norris Tony. Thank you all for coming by and supporting. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into this content.
Safe. So that's why I'm just like, okay, well, maybe she's in the hospital. But then he said something about bail. So then, girl, I don't fucking know. See, this whole motherfucking situation is motherfucking confusing when y'all make sure y'all support so the Fisher King Pain can continue to dust and clear the motherfucking airway and say, we want some clarity. Send me some money right now, okay, period. Every donation count, okay, every size, $1, $2, $5, $10, okay. The Official King Pain appreciates you. Okay, see here your donations now. Okay, on period. So the Official King Pain will continue to clear the dust. Okay, send in a donation right now and in the description. Pit clear the dust. Everybody hashtag clear the dust right now. Clear the dust right now. A dusting we will go. A dusting we will go. High on the Dario, at dusting we will go. Because this is some dusty ass shit. Ooh, Goomba is on the way.
Okay, of course, I do have permission to use the video, but I have to stop here and there. So now we are about to see Jaguar unhinge out of her car. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, brace yourselves, brace yourself.
I'm blowing this shit up! Woo! On my fucking word! All your fucking niggas is dead, you fucking bum bitches!
No.
Oh,
Jaguar, calm down, friend.
Soular! Soular! Soular!
Soular, Harry. Oh, fuck.
Soular! Soular! Come! Come!
Okay, so Queen Lacey, hearing that audio and where she is right now in the video is King Soular, come. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
it sounds like she's deranged. Sound like she's on some drugs. Sounds like she's some demonic spirits got a hold of her. It sounds like a lot of things. And whatever it is, I don't want her wind to blow my way.
Absolutely. And speaking of winds and energy, do you think by this man being an ex-cult member, do you think that his energy is really right for someone that's like unstable?
Not at all. That's why you got to be careful who you hang around with and keep yourself around positive energy, because that negative energy can connect to you like a magnet and suck you into their hole.
Wow.
Their hole.
So do you think that, Solar had premeditated intentions on really tearing this family apart?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That demonic spirit. See, the devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And he has destroyed her. It's not too late if she get away from it. But earlier in that video, I heard him say, her husband saying she was throwing the ashes out the window.
Oh, baby, brace yourself. You ready to get into the movie?
Oh,
I meant
my God.
to the segment.
I am.
All right, let's go.
She ready.
You're dead! All of you bitches is fucking dead! I'm blowing this fucking place up on my dead son!
No. My. Live and in color. You guys make sure that you guys continue to support what's going on. Or leave it to the official campaign to keep you guys in the loop. Okay, on period. Oh, it's the receipt for me.
You motherfuckers! You motherfuckers! You fucking country bitches! I promise you! I promise all of you!
Not you fucking country bitches. Oh! 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 Did she throw ashes at him? She threw her son's ashes at him. No, Jaguar, what is going on? What is going on now?
Now the official king. Now, the official Kingpin, you are not the only one that is confused. Queen Lacey, what are your thoughts?
That just broke my heart. What? You have no respect for yourself, not your husband, not neither your son. You actually throwing his ashes, saying on your son. She's pathetic. That just breaks my heart. Throwing your son's ashes. Oh Lord, have mercy. What is this world coming to?
Right. I mean, I know I have family's ashes, and I've never went, as far as, oh, let me go get my family members' ashes and, you know, start dumping them out on people. Um, do you have ashes or family ashes? Have you ever just went and started dumping the ashes on people?
Oh Lord, no. First of all, I ain't never act the fool like she's acting. She acting like she's got some demonic spirits up on her, and she even looks the her eyes. It's just got even darkness. Darkness surrounds her. I have my granddaughter's ashes on my mantle. She would be, let's see, 16. She would be 11 years old, 12 years old. And never have I got so angry to where I'm taking her ashes and throwing them up on somebody. She act like she throwing holy oil on somebody. That's her son's ashes. She happened to be throwing around. It ain't like she gonna be able to scoop it back up and put it back in the iron. She's deranged. Mental health is serious. And I think she needs some serious counseling and get away from that cult. You see, actually, to me, that's like serving another God. And God said, "Sir, no, put no other gods before him, for he is jealous."
Well, listen, maybe we should wait and watch the rest of this video and we'll give more commentary because you're very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about it. And I do see mental illness. I do see deranged. I do see unhinged. I do see dangerous.
Mm,
You're in that car, they were drinking, they were doing God knows what together. You
mm.
know what I mean? And so you're in all that anger and frustration. I mean, her showing up, I would have thought that, her man was in there getting attacked and she's going to go help.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But let's go ahead and listen and watch a little bit more and then we'll give our commentary.
Put my seatbelt on.
All right, put your seatbelt on and check your brakes.
Good and firm.
Something is going on here. Did y'all see that shit weird? Girl, I'm gonna have to, oh, we should have been in my other motherfucking studio because I could have zoomed in on that motherfucking shit. Girl, look at this shit. What happened? We in Jag? No, not your baby. Ooh, not your baby's ashes. Oh, oh.
I can't hear anything. Queentulsa, are you there?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, not really sure what energy is going on tonight, but guess what? It calls for some sage. So, honey, whatever spirits and whatever y'all are over there doing, baby, I'm about to sage you right on up out of here, because y'all knocking me up offline. I don't know what gadgets you have going on, but I send that back to you tenfold. Okay, whatever you've got going on, honey, we're about to sage.
In
Okay,
the name of Jesus.
in the name of Jesus, did you see that power
Oh,
outage?
yes.
Oh my God! I mean, they really tried to take me out.
I know.
Queen Lacy, like, did you see me bounce up out of here?
Mm. That's pretty much
Uh-huh.
what happened to me last night, honey.
Oh, girl, tell me about it.
I was trying to watch Emancipate, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like my house, it's a lot of negative energy in here.
Oh.
And we deal with spirits. So I don't think those spirits wanted to be bothered with that emancipation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting on where I live is a historic area. So it was nothing but plantation.
Mm.
So it knocked me out and it didn't let me come back on last night.
Oh, wow. And listen, now my lighter wants to trip out on me.
That energy, honey.
You know
Rebuke.
what? I don't receive it. Those thoughts are not mine. Those feelings are not mine.
Right.
I send it back. Okay. Those thoughts are not yours. Those feelings aren't
Mm-mm.
yours.
I
And we
send
need
it back.
to put them back. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we're just gonna sage our area. Okay. Sage up in here. Queen Lacy, I'm saging for you as well. Okay.
Honey, I receive it. I receive it in the name of Jesus.
It's positive energy only. If you're not positive, you gotta get on up out of here. Okay. It's time to go. And we'll let this sage burn as we carry on with the show. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to our show. CW says, um, oh, we have Miss Even is up in here crackling. I heard she put some of his ashes on her face. Wow. Wow.
Oh
Interesting.
my.
It's Mercury retrograde. That's all. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean that it's Mercury retrograde? All right, guys. So Queen Lacy, let's go ahead and play the clip and put your seatbelt on, check your brakes, take that emergency brake off, and make sure your hood is down.
All righty.
I cannot believe. I cannot believe. That's just disheartening to see Jaguar throw her son's ashes out like that. I'm sure that she's going to really think hard on that later. Wow. We got 1,000 people in the chat. Go somewhere. Get up out of here. Get up out of here. Get out of here. What do you want? For what? What? This? Oh, all right, bye.
You can't even drive. I can drive. No, don't drive. I'm driving.
My. And
My. Okay, so Even Jesus drank wine giveaway on the way says openings. Okay, so does that mean that we are prone to be vulnerable to these things, like people with this type of energy? Does this mean that they are preying on people? Like, is it something like that? you know but let's get into it. I don't want to hold you guys up. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to the channel. Share this on your social media. Tag me on Twitter. My Twitter is Goddess Tulsa Radio. Also follow me on Instagram if you want to see me a little bit more relaxed, very unfiltered. And I'm very, I really have a great time over there on Instagram. Okay, so I will be dropping that link in the chat. So guys, make sure you are following the Queen on Instagram, and shout out to Norris Tony for getting me a shirt. And I'm actually going to be working with him behind the scenes to work on, merch. So you guys stay tuned and get ready for this new year. It's only positive vibes, okay? If you have a little negative, that's okay, because we need a balance. So every negative situation, don't turn your nose up to it. What are we learning from it?
I really don't think the driving is a really good idea right now, because clearly there's something else going on. Goomba said that they smelled liquor. When I talked to Soular, he said they were drinking. So her jumping in the car, obviously upset and being under the influence. I don't think it's a good idea for her to drive either.
And we just park and talk. Please.
Oh, my dear son.
Ooh.
Oh, my dear son.
Please, I know you want to drive.
Oh, my
Soular said that he took the ashes and wiped them all over his face as well.
dear son. Oh, my dear son. Oh, my son. Oh, my son.
God,
They're all dead.
No,
They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Look at me. Look at me. Life and love.
Why are you grabbing her like that? Why is he grabbing her face like that? Why she look like that? She look possessed. Look at her eyes. What's wrong with Jack? According to Goomba, she was possessed. Her husband said she was. They put a spell on her somewhere. Y'all support this lie. Y'all support this lie.
So, Queen Lacey, so right there, you saw her putting the ashes on her face. You saw her yelling out for Soular, saying, come, come, come. Soular, what are your thoughts?
She's possessed. She's possessed. That stuff is real. A lot of people don't believe in being possessed. They think, oh, I'm seeing it on TV. That's fake. The stuff is real. She was under possession of the devil.
So let me ask you this. I'm married. I don't really know your dating situation, but like, I'm not too fond of, people coming to my house, hanging with my man, getting close. I'm not really into that. What's your take on, being a married woman? And well, let me phrase it like this. Okay, me being a married woman, and let's say you're a married woman, would your husband allow you to invite a man over, which is your friend, and you want to help them out? Is your man going for that?
Not at all. No, and that's a hell to the no.
Oh wow. All right. And you
Unless
know,
he want them.
exactly. And so, I would say the same thing. My husband is going to be like, no. And you're tripping. And what's really going on? Like, therapist. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Because it's like your friend. And when has this become your friend? Why haven't I met this friend? You know what I'm saying?
In the beginning, right. Right.
Exactly. And where is this friend coming from? What's his energy? Is he married? Does he have his own car? Does he have money to sponsor himself if he's coming? What if we want to go out and go boating or something like that?
First of all, where's his woman?
You know what is given? And so I titled this video, For My Woman. You know,
Hmm.
do you think I titled it right?
Absolutely.
For My Woman. Betrayal. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring it here. Let's talk about, you were supposed to have been a friend of hers, right? And
Right.
you're at the house, and now all of a sudden you and my husband have tension. Well, guess what? Guess who's going to go in my house? That friend or whoever it is. You got to go.
Okay.
You got to get up out of here, because you're not about to come over here and cause the chaos. And me and my husband, we are, we're doing just fine. We're doing just fine.
Well, maybe he thought that he was gonna be for the okey doke and try to pull him in the coat too.
Oh wow, that
Did you?
makes sense.
Yeah. Did you see? It's a show on Netflix about this cult, and they were pulling in husband, wives, children, family members. So maybe he thought that could possibly be but
But
Jaguar Heart.
that's what Solar come from. And like I said, it was Carbon Nation. Now it's Carbon Island. So now, and she's supposed to be the priestess. So my thing is, was that her initiation? What type of ritual did you guys do before she went to going at her husband? Not a friend, not a boyfriend, not a man that she just met, not a booty call, her husband. You have backseat. Not really sure you have on headset or something, but we got to keep that a little clear. Okay, Queen Lacey?
I have on a headset.
Okay. And where is that cup of ice? Do you have a cup of ice over there? I'm kidding.
No,
No.
I have some green tea.
All right. Well, I'm glad. Okay, so let's go ahead and sip our tea while we get into this content.
Sipping.
Y'all support this lie.
Only. No bad juju. No bad voodoo. You love them.
Fuck you.
You love them.
Fuck you.
Stop.
Well, so I think that she's talking to her subscribers. She's talking to her followers. She's talking to her fan base. And Solar, instead of cutting the phone off, he's telling her to stop talking to them like that. You know, I don't know what that's about. It seems as though Solar is perfectly okay with putting his business on Front Street, and he feels as though everyone else should do it as well. He likes to go live and put out, his life. He put his life out there, private parts of his life. Um, so yeah, I think
So, Queen Lacey, I think it's fair enough to say, right here, this demonic look in her eyes. I'm so happy that her husband was not outside, because not for 1 second would I put past her that she would have cranked that engine up, she would have smashed that gas, and that would have been the end of it. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about 5 a.m. earlier that day or that morning. This gentleman, which is her husband, was awakened by police calling his phone and him coming and recognizing that he was being swatted. And what that means is when somebody calls 911 and they make false police reports, oh, this person has a weapon, they are a danger, they are, let's you let's it's an emergency, but it's a false call. And her husband had to wake up to that, and he was almost taken out of here. My conclusion is still for my woman. It was for my man, and as we can see, it's for my woman. The plan was for them to take her husband out, get the life insurance, ball out, live a life. But that's what he told her. Because the way that this situation happened is last night or that morning was supposed to have been her husband's demise, allegedly. Because with him out the picture, now she can live her life with her love. See, when we talk about a woman with different faces, and you talk about a energy put on her, that's only going to execute her raging thoughts. Sonia, maybe it says hello. Hey, Sonia. CW says, does he really have life insurance? They allegedly were homeless. Now, I don't know about her, and shout out to him for his service, but he's a veteran. A veteran he's going to be taken care of until the day that he goes to glory. If he didn't get a dishonorable disposition out of the service, if he didn't get a disposition like that, he's straight. He's good. And with her being his wife, because she's his wife,
All caps.
okay, let me run that back. Because she's his wife, okay? And this is for her man, okay? When you throw money in the mix, when you throw, okay, you have a married couple, right? This man worked in communications in the service, right? Her husband. And then you have this struggle bandit, magic user, demon, show up with all of his sisters and brothers and energies. And you mix that with a can of Out of My Mind. What do you think you're going to get? So y'all might as well, if you prepared the table, you might as well take the plates up, because it's about to be a showdown at that dinner table. Sooner or later. Because now you have a wife spending more time with her new man, her nephew, my bad, her nephew. CW says that's not true. Not all vets are taken care of, and you have to sign up for it while in service. Well, CW, this man was in communications. This man is documented. He is on his medication. He's made that very aware to the public. You know, he gets services from the VA. So it doesn't it doesn't behoove me that he wouldn't have taken care of that area of, you know, being okay, because at the end of the day, he protects his wife. And I'm pretty sure if anything was to happen to her, he would want her to be okay. But as we can see, a new vibe, a new energy, and that demon, when that demon shows up, you know, that's a whole different type of fight. That's why we had to sage, okay? Even Jesus drank wine, giveaway on the way says disaster. Exactly. Norris Tony says Jaguar is going the wrong road with Soular. Absolutely, I agree. Oh, okay. He's probably getting a check for his issues. Well, that's the thing. He's not. That's the thing. This woman wants to paint her husband out just to be like this lunatic. Now, to all the vets out there that have been out there and they serve this country, yes, some of them have went out and seen some stuff, people, that they can't talk about, that they have to suppress. You know what I mean? And when you have someone that's aware of that, and someone that you love, you care about, you done married this woman, and for her to weaponize that and put you in harm's way, we already know when we call 911 and say, hey, somebody's having mental issues, they're already on alert. They're already then got fixated on, okay, we got a crazy that we got to deal with. Okay. Jaguar is going down the wrong road with Soular. How did Jaguar meet Soular? Well, of course, you know what? She's been on YouTube. She's been on everybody's channel, Angela. And welcome to the show. She's been on everybody's channel. She's been broadcasting. You know what I mean? She's been floating around, and she's been, you know, really over the top, very loud, and very obnoxious when she's going on. I did just post the StreamYard link for anybody that would like to come up, sound off, and give your opinion on the topic at hand. We have Cully Chan says, send your StreamYard. All right, StreamYard is sent. Misspell cuss words or words that get flagged. Thank you so much, because if it gets flagged, we cannot let it through. All right, we have a guest up in the building. Cully is in the building. How are you?
Hey, Dave. Hey, how you been though?
I've been amazing. How are you?
You've been doing good though. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm sure you don't remember me, but I remember you because you got the channel. Anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I do remember you. I recognize you. I do remember the conversation.
Yeah.
I do remember the vibe.
What was the conversation before you go further? Like, you know what I'm saying? What was the conversation?
Well, I presented something to you. I was like, I feel like you and someone, you know, should talk, even if you don't make it, just be good friends. And, you know, you were very hesitant and you gave me a lot of pushback. But by the end of the live, you were very, you know, in a different space. You know, you were vulnerable and you were very optimistic about it at the end.
Well, I honestly, let me be honest about that situation. It's like I didn't.
All right. So before you go up into it, we do have Queen Lacey in the building. So
wait, is that the same person, or I forgot?
Oh no. She doesn't come on cam. But anytime that we come on the panel, we just address the ladies like, hey, ladies, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Ari? You said Ari?
Queen Lacey.
Oh, Lacey. How you doing, Lacey?
I'm good. How are you, sweet love?
Oh, good, good. You know what I'm saying? Why you don't show your face though?
Because she's not.
Nah, I'm just asking, like, personally for herself. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing her to do nothing. So I'm just asking.
Oh no, she's private eye. She's my PI.
I'm
So
PI.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
I
Well,
like to keep her behind the
that's
scenes.
good. Okay, okay. Private thing. All right.
Absolutely. This live is being monitored and recorded for quality insurance.
Mm.
Okay, quality purposes.
Of course. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Of
So
course.
Jaguar, are you familiar with the topic? Jaguar, she's possessed by the cult member Soular. You know, she's married. It's a love affair gone wrong. Now, you know, police come out. She went in hospitals intake. What are your thoughts?
Well, the only thing I think about that is, like, for me, if I'm in a relationship with anybody, the first thing is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me that you got no guy friends unless that guy is gay. And, like, yo, let me confirm that. You got no guy friends, that is not gay. Let me confirm that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me, if you saying like, yo, this is my friend and it's a guy, I'm not going for that shit. I'm not going for that shit. So is
Oh,
this
now
is
listen here, Cully.
mm-hmm.
Do you have Cash App?
No, I'm not sending no money to nobody. I'm
Okay, well
just talking shit.
you gotta watch your language, my love.
Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, um guys are players, a lot of women are players, and I feel like, in different situations that they, you know what I'm saying, like, they or me want to be player in a situation. But if you are being real in a relationship, then why are you
Well, let
being
me
trying
stop
to
you
be
right
player?
there. Now,
Why are you
listen,
trying to be
would
a
you
real
go
player?
and would you go and flirt with your female friend around her husband? They invite you to the house. You
Well,
don't really
I
have
could give.
to.
Okay, I understand that, and I could give that an example. It's like, I'm never going to my friend's house who he is married to a woman that maybe I was like kind of swaggy or whatever, and maybe she was feeling that, and then maybe she was responsive to that shit, and, like, what I'm saying, I just don't understand. It's like, yo, it's like, yo, this
But
is your,
that's your friend, and now you've
of
got a hard
course.
on. So where do you go from there? So that's your friend. You've got a hard on.
And
What are you doing? Are you
I know
smashing?
I don't never get no hard on
Well, listen,
or
let's just
or
say,
nothing like that.
listen, hypothetically, you got a hard on. What you doing? You smashing or passing?
Like, for who? Like, what I'm saying? What
All
I'm saying?
right. So
You can't put, you got to put a situation on that.
okay, so give us a second. We're about to go ahead and play some more content. Give us one.
Even though Goomba said that, he believed that it's some witches, I believe that this tirade is heavily influenced by Soular in some way. Okay.
You're dead.
You love them. They've had your back for a long time.
No, they haven't. They never had my back.
They don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to protect you.
They never had my back. Nobody up.
Listen to me.
I got my back. Get in the fucking car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the fucking car. I'm gonna show these niggas what Helter Skelter is.
I love you, Jay.
I have to tell you the truth. Do you got your phone? No. Do you got your phone? No. Get your phone and get in the car. Get your phone. Wait right here. I swear to God, if it takes you more than 2 minutes, if it takes you more than 2 minutes to get your fucking phone, I'm going in. I'm gonna commit murder. I'm gonna come get your phone. Get your fucking phone. I'm gonna kill these fucking niggas. You fucking piece of.
My. So when she was telling him to get his phone, I was being proactive and I was calling him on the phone. I was like, hello, is this Soular? Guys, I called him on the phone, and by the time he got to his phone, I was already on it.
All right. So Sonia says, if I had males before you, what makes a man think he tell me we can't? Angela says she looks possessed. All right, panel, go ahead and sound off.
Well, yeah. Can I just jump in before I get cut up? So, if I gotta jump in, and I gotta say, you know, the craziest part about that is that, you know what I'm saying, you're not realizing that, you know, if you dealing with somebody in a relationship like that, and I've had women talk to me like that, and like, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't the brightest point of my life or the best point of my life, you know. And it's like, you know, if you try and be the best that you can be to a woman, and you know, they will treat you like that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to explain why I would act to a lot of women and do the things that I do. It's because,
Well,
like,
listen, this is my
you come into a relationship.
Listen, well, we can't talk about your thing. Let's talk about the.
No.
Well, hold on.
Did you hear what I was?
Listen, let's talk about the subject at hand. The topic at hand is this cult member who was a friend moved in with a married couple. He says that he's married, but he's over here starting confusion and, you know, loving and liking on this man's wife. Whose side do you stand on?
It's not even a confusion. This guy is smashing. You telling me that Jag is not giving this guy no pussy? The way that she talking to that guy?
Okay. Well, listen, baby. You talking about you not trying to give no cash apps. We gonna have to drop you down. Because that mouth. No, you gotta hit the cash app, or we ain't doing it.
Well,
hit the cash app. No, because I need my monetization, and we're not gonna do that. Are you going?
I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service and thank you for your input. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm cool, I'm laid back, but my channel is monetized. I would like to make some money here on YouTube. This is how I'm supporting my family. And when others don't respect my hustle and you come on my job trying to tell me what to do and how to do it, and you're docking my pay, but you're not going to assist with the pay that was docked, unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go.
That part.
All right. So, Queen Lacey, your thoughts on, you know, like I was trying to explain to Colleen. This is, you know, allegedly her friend. He's moved in with a couple. And it just seems like when this man comes, all hell breaks loose. What are your thoughts on that? Sound off. Oh, I got somebody in the backstage. All right, give us 1 second. Let me bring somebody else up and then you can sound off. Even Jesus Drank Wine is here. How are you?
Hi, Queentulsa. Hi, Queen Lacey. I'm doing well.
Thank you.
Um, oh, sorry. Go ahead. I think
Oh,
there's a delay.
I was going to say thank you for coming. Queen Lacey is going to go, and then go ahead and sound off.
Okie dokie.
Hi, even Jesus drinks wine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just working on dinner right now. Kind
Oh,
of
great,
behind.
great. Oh,
Been
okay.
so much going on in these YouTube streets.
Oh, I know. So, Queen Tulsa,
Absolutely.
what was your question?
Oh, so what were your thoughts? Well, actually, we'll let Even Jesus Drank Wine, but I wanted to get your reaction to the video with what we had just saw.
I'm just lost for words for it. it I'm gonna go ahead and let even Jesus drink the wine. Go ahead.
You know you don't let the teach.
Okay. Again, hi, ladies. I've been really enjoying this commentary, Quintosa. Your perspective on the possibility of this being about life insurance is very, very intriguing to me. But I wanted to talk about the video or the clip, I should say, that you just played. Because for me personally, what stuck out when Jaguar was having this moment was how she was still conscious enough to look in the camera, turn it around, and then the Soular guy, she tells him to go get his phone, and he comes and tells the audience, I'm gonna go get my phone. And I've been around stressful situations like this in church and things. Like some may call it demon possession, exorcism. I don't know, psychosis. Like who's to say what exactly is going on? But usually in those particular moments, you are completely unaware. It's like an out of body experience. You know what I mean? So you're not cognizant enough to make sure your angles are right. You know what I mean? And so, and when someone is assisting someone in that state, they're not thinking about who's on live and making sure they're aware as to where they're going. So I thought it was a little bit strange, and I just wanted to get your perspective on this possibly being staged. I can think of why it would be, but I was just wondering. I just wanted to click the link and hear what you thought about that whole camera angle thing.
Listen, you are on the money. You are on the money when it comes to that, because the ideal was, and this is why I made the thumbnail. Oh, Angela says Jaguar has been with her husband for 4 years. If they had the problems with PTSD between the two of them, why somehow? Oh, then hold on. Jaguar has been with her husband for 4 years. If they had the problems with PTSD between the two of them, they somehow worked it out. Now they can't. Somehow Soular appears to be the culprit. Exactly. Okay, Queso, welcome to the show. And then we have Norris Tony said Jaguar had a mental breakdown. Now listen, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions. I feel like it was all staged. So when I say For My Man, I don't know if you guys seen that show. It was, it's different situations. A guy comes into the picture and he has this whole big plan, oh, you're unhappy, oh, he has life insurance, oh, this, oh, that. They get all the details, right? And so what do you do when you're dating someone, right? You're going to present the best you. You're not going to tell them, oh, well, I had breakups because I was cheating in the past. No, you're not going to mention any of that. You're going to put your best foot forward And you are going to play it cool, make your move, do those little pats on the butt here and there when you pass the person. Okay. It's energy, it's building that trust, right? You can trust me. But the whole while, this man has a wife on a whole on the other side of the world or state, right? So you have this woman that is very unpredictable. She is very vulnerable. She loves the spotlight. Oh, she records every second of her life. Oh, she gets all these lights. Well, we might as well pull her over here. And guess what? We can blow up. We can get us back again. It was Carbon Nation. Oh, that expired. Well, we gonna do Carbon Island. Okay. Now we got to do some initiations. You know, we got to get them cash. Who can bring the money in? So then now you have her, you know, okay, now she's, you know, now she's in the mix. Now she's, you know, now her brain, now she's a bird brain. Now her brain has shrinked. And now the only thing that she could think about is nephew, nephew, nephew. But you got this lust for nephew. You got your phone? Go get your phone. I'm a ride or die. You my man. And like I said, if her man was out there in front of that car, I don't think for 2 seconds that she would have thought that woman would have put that car in drive and she would have smashed that gas and that man would have been a pancake. So now you have, for my woman, you got this man acting sporadic. His behavior is all over the place. He's into it with this woman's husband. Now, this is her husband. This is a person that let you stay in their house, fed you, clothed you, rode you around, provided your recreations. Let's talk about it. But the only thing that you have for this man is to give him your little bony tail to kiss. For my woman, betrayal. Panel, what are your thoughts? Oh, and before we jump into it, Picasso, you guys are on mute. Hey, how are you? Are you guys able to hear me?
I can hear you,
hear
girl.
you. I can hear you as well.
Okay. Okay, so are you able to hear me, hon? Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on with your audio, but let's try to go out and then come back in. So click out and then hit the link to come back up. So ladies, with that being said, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions on my view? You know?
I think you hit it on the nail as well, you know, as far as it being staged. And also even Jesus drank wine, how she was saying it, how the angles of the camera.
Yeah, because I mean, that's just like, okay, you know, Lord forbid, you know, it's let's just say, you know, this is I'm being robbed. And I got, they saying, put your hands down, put your hands up, or put your hands down, or get on the ground. And I'm, as I'm getting on the ground, I'm making sure that the angle is where they can see me flat with my face and my hands on the ground.
Right. It's not realistic at all for that to be a scenario that would take place in a crisis situation, and you mentioned something about Jag going, or the situation being Carbon Nation to Carbon Island. That's a reality show. That sounds like a reality show. It's a perfect name for a reality show, perfect setup, and it's just very interesting. That's all that I could say. The timing of it all, and I've been watching lots of different YouTube channels because this isn't something that is being broadcast on the news. But at this particular point in time, it seems like the news is on YouTube. You know what I mean? And so on my channel, I did the best that I could to give my perspective, my full perspective of this situation. But there's still so many unanswered questions, because this isn't in the newspaper. There's no location as to where she is, what hospital. We have no idea. I hear that, she's somewhere in Texas, but who really knows, and who knows, like, what. Is she sleeping right now? Is she still hostile? She's a high-profile individual, and this is information that is usually shared with the public in these situations. If it was Whitney Houston or something, we would be knowing every single detail. So it's all very strange. It's very concerning. I'm going to be giving more commentary on my channel as the Holy Spirit leads, or, it's just very, very spiritual. This is a very spiritual situation. It's almost like prophecy being fulfilled in a way, but
Right.
it's the best way that I could give imagery to this situation would be to reference a show that is on Netflix. Okay. This show is called Travelers. It's called Travelers, and I believe it's been up for maybe like 4 or 5 years. It's 2 or 3 seasons. It's I don't want to say the character's name because I think I'm wrong, but I kind of think it's the guy from what is it? It was on Channel 11. It's not called Outer Limits, X-Files. There we go. I believe that the main character is the same guy from X-Files. It's whatever his name is, Duchovny or whatever. But it's a very unique show that gives a perspective of how people can be, I want to use the word activated. People can be activated. And we see it a lot with celebrities in the music industry and things like that, where like they have alter egos or something to that nature. But sometimes people don't even choose it. Sometimes these activations just take place. And in this show on Netflix, Travelers, you can see it. And it's very interesting. It's something I really think, Queentulsa, like you would be interested in. And maybe you too, Queen Lacey, if you guys are, friends, like check it out, and everybody listening, because some things are hard to explain. And so it's put in music, it's put in TV shows, it's put in books to just try and give some type of possible explanation to situations that can't be explained, just like the Bible, so that's what I have to say about the situation. Watch Travelers. Check out the video I posted. Queentulsa, I don't know if you saw it, but I was amazed. I was amazed with what came through in that video. Like literally, I'm shocked and in awe of the spirit right now. And my main concern is the location, the well-being of Jaguar. Like I said, we don't know if she's resting, if she's still hostile. There's other content creators that are also looking at this from a spiritual perspective. And I'm just calling this spiritual warfare. It's spiritual warfare. This Soular guy just came into the picture. This was a married couple. Like this whole dynamic has been shifted. It's extreme, and it's being broadcast live. For how many people do you think have seen this situation of a possible possession or what have you? Like this is like out of the Bible. Like this is just out of the Bible. It's unheard of. Like it's unheard of to me. And I'm watching, I'm praying, I'm calling on the prayer warriors, like anyone that can hear the sound of my voice. If your spirit moves you to, respond to this information, then do it. Like it's not every day that you see something like this. And at this particular point in time, I recommend you check the news. I think the Neighborhood Talk is the only one that I've seen in the chats. People said that Neighborhood Talk posted about this. But the fact that I can't find it on ABC and all that, and when Jaguar came out and was exposing celebrities, they were talking about that, but now it's radio silent, is absurd. Like, I can't stress, I don't want to say the word, the absurdity. I thought I was going to mess it up and get tongue-tied, but I can't stress the absurdity of the situation enough. So be careful, be watchful. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. It could be your family member that ends up on a gurney and then what? Die. You know what I mean? So that's it. I yield.
So I want to say this because you did make a lot of great important points. I want to say this, like, this is just, this feels to me that this was a plan for this woman to have him eliminated. Bye-bye. When the SWAT team came, that was supposed to have been the moment. She was going to have her tears. She was going to get that big check from the service people because she's his wife. And when we talk about these days and times, money isn't flowing like it used to for some people, and I really feel like she wants back in the industry. She wants back in. And if she can't get in, then she's going to have her own production like she was doing. But how are you going against a man that's helping you with your production? Like, this is your husband. This is somebody that you married. So you telling me a dude comes in that you've known for a season can make this type of noise? What's the tea for real? Angela says Jaguar has been with her husband for, okay, I read that one. Norris Tony said Jaguar had a mental breakdown. Norris Tony says Gerald needs to divorce Jag before he snaps and hurt her. Science says, not stage, who goes and throw her unalive son's ashes on people? Then Angela says, I do find it strange that they were all about feminine. I also find it strange that Jaguar has been accessible publicly. She gave a concert in Texas recently. She's a target, according to her. Exactly. And speaking on the filming it's if something happens, I want these people to see that I had a reason. I need an alibi. That's what it was given. What are your thoughts, ladies?
I'd say it's possible. I mean, this is a plausible situation. If she wanted to run off in the sunset with Soular, you would need to get rid of your husband, but then this is a man that is a veteran, so he's tactical. He's all about strategy, so he could have flipped the script on her. But then also the Soular boy, everybody could be the one, like it's a fluid situation, ladies. That's what I'll say. It's a fluid situation. It's good to have these conversations, but we need answers. And
let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
Jag wanting to add Soular into their bedroom, like, for bedroom fun.
Well, okay, millions of thoughts go through my mind. If it sounds weird, really quickly, I'm bringing my husband his plate, but then I'll be stationary.
Ooh, what's his thoughts? Mm-hmm.
What do you say, girl?
I said, what's his thoughts on it? Ask him.
Oh, girl, he got thoughts. He's been home for the last 2 days. Here, honey, your plate. Yeah, he's been home for the last 2 days, so he's been listening to me rant and rave about this whole situation. For my husband, the ashes was shocking.
But would he?
Go ahead, girl.
Would he let you invite one of your friends over?
No.
You know what I mean?
It hasn't happened thus far. I'll say that. But in reference to the situation when it comes to Jaguar, I will say that she's a bisexual woman. She's with a bisexual man. It could just be the energy, that lustful energy that, you know, was just drawing her to just want to be intimate with this man. Who knows what this Soular guy has been up to. When he was on King Kane's platform, he's holding crystals up. He's doing things. That's what I'll say. He's doing things. He's doing things right before our eyes. And I don't know. I don't know whose side, whose story, Goombas or Soular, who's telling the truth about entering into the bedroom. I don't know who's telling the truth about who had a firearm. So, you know, I can't give an opinion as to that outside of the fact that I don't think Goomba wants to be intimate with anybody but his wife, and he's accepting of her alternative lifestyle in the sense of her, you know, dating women. He's okay. Maybe he's not okay with it, but he understands it. But he draws the line with another man, a man that he's known for 3 weeks, a man that is definitely infiltrating his whole life. You know, so he has every right to, you know, stand his ground and, you know, deny access to his bedroom. And the fact that this Soular guy is just overstepping his boundaries is extremely disrespectful. And I don't put anything past him. And with the state of mind that Jaguar has been in, just ranting all over the internet, so many different platforms, you know, that's draining, that's exhausting. So, you know, in my honest opinion, no, it's not right for anyone to join a bedroom uninvited. And, you know, there should be rules in your marriage that you abide by. But we saw Jaguar running away with some man not too long ago with the whole nosy host situation. So it's a lot. It's a lot, girl. But no, I don't think it's okay. I don't know if they were intimate or not, you know, like, really, I want to know where the girl is. That's my concern. Like, where is she? Like, what is the name of the facility?
Exactly. But, you know, like in healthcare and things like that, when you're in situations like this, and I believe she brought this up before, when you go in on this type of case, they can't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, and then let's talk about this. Angela says, I would agree with your theory. She was wanting for Soular like she was desperate for him. She whipped, it appears. She appeared to be fighting her husband as if she really disliked him. Jaguar is very bitter because she never became a superstar. Exactly. And so now she felt like she'd have met her Prince Charming. You know, this young tenderoni, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, oh, he hugs me, he listens. Well, ma'am, if I did have money and to support myself and, you know, to do things like that, I would listen, but I wouldn't take it overboard. You know, I'm going to be honest. Can I be honest with y'all? Can I be honest?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
So I was like 21, and there was this lady. I had applied for this apartment. I moved in. My parents helped me. Thank God for them. And this woman, you know, she had an attraction for me. So she would take me out and take me thrifting and things like this. And one day, you know, she would cook for me, take me to her house, cook for me, put money in my pocket before she dropped me off. And so this one particular day, you know, I'm just laying on her sofa, she in the kitchen, you know, cooking me up a meal, and her husband walks in. And I'm like, ooh. But for somebody to be like, you know, just be okay with these type of things, I don't know. Those type of situations right there are very dangerous, because when you talk about love, and Queen Lacey, you said it before, love will make you do some crazy things.
Oh, yeah.
So when you talk about that, I'm not saying that this woman was preying on me, but when you have somebody doing things out the kindness of their heart and for lustful gain, it's a problem. because this woman is melting for another man. When we've seen her on live interacting with her husband, have y'all seen her melting for her man on the clips that we've played? No. Because her husband doesn't have the juice, apparently.
Yeah, it seems like there's minimal attraction there. Security is what Soular said that he was. You know, he was there for security. It's very disrespectful, to be honest with you. But yeah, there is a lack of affection. Even when she stepped out or pretended to step out recently with her ex, she said she was doing it to make her husband jealous, and they fought for hours and hours, and at the end of it she was happy because it brought out the man in him that she always wanted him to be. Like, all of this public, like, embarrassment on Goomba's part, like, it's very sad, to be honest with you. I don't know. Sometimes people can't control what they say, and you know, it helps for creativity. You know, Jaguar is a great artist, you know, but sometimes she says things that she doesn't realize can really cut deep emotionally. You know, and I feel bad. I always feel bad seeing Goomba. It seems like he's always trying to get some affection or admiration or attention from his wife, and it just hasn't been successful up until this point, you know.
I wonder if she has any other children.
Well, she lost a child. Um, I believe she lost a child in the past. And one thing I can say is, us as Black women, let me ask the question. What are your thoughts on mental health counseling therapy? Do you utilize it? Do you recommend it? Do you think that we as a community hold on to old generational misinformation of deal with it? You know, he's putting your hands on it, you stick it out with that man. Are y'all, I mean, the old generational traditions. What are your thoughts on therapy, counseling, mental health awareness check-in?
I think that a lot of us, being African American, are afraid to admit and to acknowledge that their unstableness, and they're ashamed of admitting to that they need help. And there's nothing wrong with getting help and getting counseling. You know, I think they're just afraid of it and what people would think of them, thinking, oh, she's crazy, she's a nutcase, you know, and that's not the case. There's nothing wrong with getting counseling. A lot of people, that's how a lot of people are lashing out because of something that has happened in their past, and something they think, well, oh, you know, I just won't think about it. And then something happens to hit that in the back of the brain and trigger, and that's what makes them snap, crackle, and pop. So there's nothing wrong with counseling. I think if you need it, you should seek it. That's my opinion.
Thank you for that, Queen Lacey. Even Jesus drank wine. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with Queen Lacey, especially about the, you know, snap, crackle, and pop when it comes to trauma and things that go on in our lives. If we don't deal with it, then it just builds up and builds up. And in Jaguar's case, if you've seen interviews that she's done, she shares about traumas and things that have happened in her life. Losing a child is devastating, number one. I mean, it's extreme. It's something that you never really get over. You see, she's carrying around her son's ashes, so you know she hasn't been able to let go. And like I said, it's something that you really just never do heal or recover from. And I feel like we don't have a lot of people talking about the importance of therapy and mental health, and just different alternatives to take care of our bodies in general. Because for me personally, looking at Jaguar, I just felt like she was exhausted. I felt like she was just running herself thin, just doing all of these interviews and things like that. And it's very possible that you can work yourself up into a heightened state of psychosis, if you're not sleeping. You don't have to have extreme trauma to know that insomnia is real. You know what I mean? And so it breaks my heart again, it breaks my heart, but we need to normalize talking about our feelings, not being embarrassed or ashamed of, having anxiety or, being worried or scared about life choices like bills, overwhelmed by finances, confused about your sexuality and things like that, not knowing who you can trust to talk to, not having money for a psychiatrist. It is expensive. A lot of times it's not even covered by insurance. There are like a lot of resources that you can find online, like from the government, where they do have places where you can go and talk to people and stuff. But we need to normalize it. These conversations are great, especially this one right here. Sometimes it takes a serious situation like this to wake people up to the fact that we have to take care of ourselves and each other, ladies. We have to stick together, and we have to be mindful. If you see someone you love that is going through something, don't exploit them. Don't put a camera in their face. Give them some water. Tell them to rest. The internet is going to be here. The spotlight is something that people seem to crave so much. But if they only knew, if they really only knew. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm actually going to step down, ladies. I'm going to eat dinner. I thank you guys for letting me chat with you. Thank you, Queentulsa, for sharing your platform.
Yes, and thank you so much. Shout out your channel before you take off, and thank your husband for letting us borrow you for the time. I know he's like you said, it's been work all day, and you've been in that kitchen. So thank you for even taking the initiative to come up and speak. I do agree with you. Us women, we need to definitely need to stick together and talk about these issues more often. And before you take off, tell us your name of your channel and your closing arguments.
Closing arguments. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Candace. I have a YouTube channel. I'm new to YouTube. My channel is called Even Jesus Drink Wine. We talk about pop culture, spirituality, and conspiracy. So this Jaguar Wright situation has been right up my alley. I've done a few videos about this, maybe about 3 so far. But in this last video, I actually wrote a song. And it shocked me, and I'm still in awe about it. And I'm still processing that whole situation. And so check it out, share it with your friends. But Queentulsa, I've been following you for a while. I've seen you on different platforms. I appreciate your perspective. I think you're hilarious. I know you've been through some things in your life, and I really empathize with you in that area. And so I'm just so happy to be up here, sharing my thoughts. And I really want you guys to check out Travelers on Netflix. It's a really interesting perspective as to how you can be activated without even asking for it. Like, it's almost like a gift, it's a gift and a curse, but I don't want to use the word curse, but it just goes together. You know what I mean? But yes, check out Travelers, please. I'll probably be doing some talking about that on my channel sometime soon. Maybe we can coordinate, Queentulsa, if you're interested in Travelers and you get some interesting downloads, then I'd love to hear your insight, okay?
Girl, absolutely. I just wrote the name down. Thank you so much. And thank you for your closing arguments. Did you give closing arguments?
I mean, at this particular point in time, you made a good point. Like, I want to know where she is, and it's beyond the location. I'm really concerned about her state of mind. If you're not able to regain consciousness in the sense of awareness of who you are, not lashing out and ranting and raving, then they give you a lot of medicine, okay? They give you a whole bunch of medicine, and Jaguar is a talent. She's a talent. we can see when she was working with Soular, she was creating beautiful music. I have to say the music was beautiful. It seems as though her album was about to come out, or she was going to be dropping something in 2 weeks. Like, who knows what's going on with that whole Philadelphia situation and her music. But on her YouTube page right now, you can see her actually giving some really good music to the world, you know. And I would just hate for her to come out of this situation and not be the same. Just not be the same. So I'm praying for her. My heart goes out to her, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Right. We
Thank
don't
you.
want another Kanye, you know, being doped up and, you know, out of their mind. I mean, I do want to see her get the help that she needs. And if medication is the answer, then definitely, you know, she can work that out. But we won't hold you any longer. Even Jesus drank wine, guys. Make sure you check her out. And on that, Travelers, yes. Follow me on Instagram. I'll throw my link in the chat. Because that's usually where I get my messages and things like that. And then we can coordinate on, you know, if you want to go live one day, I'll show up. If I go live, then, you know, we can work it that way or
Well,
however.
girlie, I already followed you on Instagram when you dropped that link. You linked the first time. But now that you've mentioned that, now that you've dropped Mr. Yay, you gonna keep me up here all day now. You done dropped the name of Yay. You done dropped. Now let me calm down. Let me calm down. We will speak again. But watch Travelers, especially if you are a fan of Mr. Ye West. If you want insight on what is going on with him, this possible presidency, look at how Travelers inspires and activates humans. Okay, check it out. I'm just gonna go now. This is a great end. Thank you. I love you all. Goodbye.
Okay,
Goodbye
love you
for now.
too. Goodbye.
Great engagement. Okay. Now listen, Queen Lacey, Angela says, it appears that the younger generation is getting counseling. They are a little better at breaking the generational curses. Unfortunately, Jaguar is an industry person. Jaguar is an industry person. It's a different world. Whew. I could see that. I could see, you know, it being a different world because, you know, when you talk about privilege, you know, when you talk about a woman that has been around these big celebrities, been to these nice parties, traveled, you know, and Cully, I don't know what you're doing in the background. You got to unmute yourself. Okay, Cully, do you have a donation?
Nah, I ain't got no.
All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the show. And guys, let's keep in mind when we are on the show, you can't use a profanity. If you use a profanity, hit the Cash App, and that's how we work around here, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this content.
The shit! You put your hands on my fucking nephew, yo!
Wait right here.
Give him his motherfucking phone. Give my nephew his motherfucking phone.
So what are your thoughts on give him his phone? You know, her laying on the horn, her really just freaking out, like, but she's so calm with this guy.
When listening, did you hear that other voice? Like, yeah, it sound like a demonic spirit. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
But it's like some people maybe thrive off of being demonic. You know, some people, you would be surprised, some people that actually want to be a part. Now, speaking of being a part, when Carbon Nation was going, when Nature Boy had got arrested, well, I snuck in there and I formed relationships, you know, with True, Caliber, and it was one more, even Nature Boy. And I was trying to get an insight on what was going on. And I know last night I played one of the clips from, you know, me visiting and getting, you know, information. Now, one thing that I did know is you got to have something to offer them. If you guys missed that video, make sure you check it out. You have to have something to bring to the table, pretty much, is what I was told. You know?
Hmm.
And when we talk about, oh, here, let me see if I can find a video. Because they'll try to lure you with deception, you know? I know I played episode 1 last night. So let me see if I could find, oh, here is Caliber. Okay. I want to go ahead and let this run, and we can just really discuss and talk about it. What do you think, Queen Lacey? Give us some insight on Nature Boy and sexuality in their community, being that Three God, as you guys know him, Three God, Nature Boy, he's a disciple. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce him and let him come on, and he will be taking questions, comments, and concerns to the guests. So feel free to hit the link when we drop it. All right, so without further ado, hello, Master Disciple Caliber. How are you?
How you doing? How you doing? Let me put my camera up real quick. I'm gonna show my face for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna cam down.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it, and I got a confession. I've got a confession. Queen Lacey, would you like for me to give my confession?
I'm ready.
Okay, you still have your tea. Okay.
I got my seatbelt on. I'm out of my teeth, but I've checked my brakes. And I'm ready.
Here we go. Well, Caliber and I had an intimate moment in the bathroom, virtually, and he blasted off before this interview. So let's get into it. How are you doing?
Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods.
Yes.
Peace to the gods. I just want to say I'm thankful for you having me on your show. Let's have a great build. Free to 3. Shout out my chief. And everything I'm about to say right now is reflected. Like, it's just an honor to be on here. Shout out to Queentulsa. And yeah, let's have a good show. Oh, yeah, and it's not going to be insight. I'm not giving no information on my chief. I'm just giving you the information on sexuality, what it is, what it represents, the science of it. So.
Okay, absolutely. So, Let's just start off here. So your name is Master Disciple Caliber. Where did the name come from?
I had that name since I had a clothing line. I had a clothing line named Caliber. I got it tatted on me. It's a name. It's a name that I had for a while now. It came with me in my spiritual journey.
Cool. So being that you're there with Nature Boy and the fam, how does your sexuality fit in with everybody else's, or how did you want to dive into the sexuality topic? I'll let you run the show.
Yeah, I want to talk to, and I'm gonna camp down right now because I gotta put my phone on the charger. But I want to get into the science of it, and basically, hold on, let me get to my charger. All right, so sexuality. One of the things about sexuality is that us as Black people in the Black community, it's something that we shy away from. It's something that we don't like to discuss, and we bastardize it, we demonize it. Am I coming through clear? Hello? Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Hello. I do apologize. We had a small technical difficulty, but however, we are back. Master Disciple Caliber, are you there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you for being patient. Okay, so where were we? I'm sorry.
I'll start from the top.
Okay.
So when we get into sexuality, we're talking about something that is very taboo amongst the Black community. It's something that's very shunned upon. It's something that we don't like to talk about. It's something that we feel very uncomfortable talking about. When sex is a very natural thing, sex is like a conversation. And we got to understand what sex truly is, and deeper than just fucking, and deeper than just me putting my penis in a vagina or an ass. Things of that nature. I want to start out by saying, first off, that humans are a part of nature. Right? The Most High Three God, he taught me that what humans do is what nature is doing, because all is nature. Nature is everything. The birds, the bees, the trees. It's the mutated perception of society that makes humans think that we are separate from nature.
Yeah.
When in fact we are nature. Now, with that being said, we live in hell. We live in hell. And the nature of hell is to go against the natural law of things, meaning the nature of this realm is to cut down trees, which is not normal, but it's natural, because the nature of hell is to live backwards. Life is going to give you a tree that's going to grow, but in this society, we cut them down. Now, with that being said, we have a backwards mindset. We have a backwards way of thinking. We don't think about things to the core. We don't think about things that are totally true. We think in lies, and we think in false truths. So, with that being said, I just want to get those 2 points out. That what humans do is a part of nature, and we live in hell, and the nature of this realm right now is to go against the equilibrium of the earth, which means to live backwards. We're plagued by cancer. We're plagued by a lower self mentality. So this is why we would deem sex the way we do now, because we're looking at it wrong. Boom. Now that we got those 2 points out, I want to get into something that the Black community is very afraid of, or just very taboo about. And we can just start with homosexuality. What's that? Okay, she must be.
I'm back on a different. I'm back in the
We good?
I'm back in the station. Yes.
All right. Did everybody hear that? Because I can't see the chat. Did everybody, like, am I coming through clear? I want to make sure that everybody can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, so they can. If you guys can hear, please put a 1 in the chat.
Put a 3. Put a 3. Put a 3.
Oh, put a 3 in the chat if you can hear us.
Yes, threes and pyramids. Threes and pyramids is cool. I want to make sure that this message gets out in the best way.
Okay, so we got some 3s in the chat so they can hear.
Okay,
you're clear.
All right, bet. So I made those 2 points. I was gonna go into homosexuality, but first, before I get into that, I want to talk about sex in general. Now, my master teacher has taught me that sex is sacred energy exchange, meaning it is an exchange of information, meaning I could have sex with a tree, meaning I could eat from it and I can eat from it. We're having sexual sacred energy exchange, meaning I'm taking the information from the tree and I'm putting it into my being. And now what that information does is going to affect me in one or two ways. It's going to either make me vibrate higher or vibrate lower. Now, when you vibrate lower because of energy exchange, this is called dex. It's demonic energy exchange. And a lot of us today are having dex. We're having dex with the planet. Just generally put, we're having dex with the planet because we don't live in tune with it as far as taking care of it the way we should. When you go into a mall, having a conversation with someone that's having sex, we're having sex right now. Me and you are having sex, Queentulsa. Everyone in the chat is having sex because we're exchanging information. So sex
it feels
is not
good.
Right. Sex is not just because it's a high frequency. Sex is not just me getting intimate and having sex with you. No, we exchanging information. And now, you know you're having sex if the information that you're taking in is based in truth or based in lies. Now, how do you know that? Well, the Most High Three God has gave us knowledge of self. So if you know yourself, right? Let's go to your astrology. If you know your astrological program, you would know what you need in this program, in this projection of your mind. You would know what you need. And so you're not going to be having an energy exchange with certain energies that's going to have you not vibrating at your best potential. So, i.e., for my guys out there, you're not going to be fucking with a woman. You're not going to be fucking with a woman that's going to not make you feel like a king. You're not going to be fucking with a woman that doesn't support you in what you're doing. For women, you're not going to fuck with a guy that's not going to support, I'm not going to say support. You're not going to mess with a guy that doesn't have his head on straight. You're not going to fuck with a dude. As a woman, you should fuck with men based upon the knowledge that they have and the wisdom that they gain from that knowledge. One, is this man smart enough to teach me something? Two, is this man living his knowledge? Which is why you can see why a lot of women are attracted to powerful men like my chief, because he's a man that has very wealthy knowledge. He has the top knowledge on the earth, top knowledge on the planet. Because why? It's based in facts. It's based in truth. And so the information he's giving is actually bettering you. That goes for men and women. I'm not saying he's having sex with men, because he's not. Let's just nip that in the bud right now. He's not having sex with no men. I'm just saying the simple fact of sacred energy exchange, my chief is giving information that can actually heal us as a people. So now that we got that established, right? We understand that what humans do is actually nature doing it. We understand that this is hell, and the nature of this realm is to go against the natural flow of this world, of this earth, as far as its nature is to live backwards. We understand that sex is sacred energy exchange, deeper than just penetration. It's exchange of information. So now, what is the purposes of sex in the intimate form? What is the purposes of two people coming together to have intercourse? What is the purpose? Because we just out here fucking, we just out here having sex with whoever, we're just out here doing what we want. But do we know the reason why we're doing the things we're doing? Is my question to the chat. Do we know why we're doing these things? Why are you having sex with this dude? Why are you having sex with this girl? Why? What makes you attracted to this girl? What is it? Well, we got the answers. We got the answers. So let's get into it. First and foremost, contrary to popular belief, sex is not solely for procreation. Actually, procreation is not even the main purpose of sex. Did y'all hear me?
So they can't. So they won't be able to respond back. They'll just be able to respond to the comments.
Right. Sex. The number one reason for sex is for bonding, bro. It's for bonding. It's for social status. You look into the animal kingdom, you can see males having sex for bonding purposes, for social status, to claim who's the alpha of the group. You see the bonobo apes having sex because it's for social status, like I said. So, what do we call it? Procreation, that's just a byproduct of what sex is, because obviously we know we want to secure our genes, and we want to live on through our children. We obviously know that, so we want to procreate, but that's not the main reason. It's not the main reason for sex. So with that being said, let's talk about homosexuality. This is something that we don't like to talk about in the Black community, but it's going on. We all know, you know, those down low brothers, you know what I'm saying? Those people who scared to live their truth. You know the people that's the people that discriminate against the LGBT community. You know those people. And this is just to debunk and bring clarity to those minds, those thought patterns, those beliefs, because you can exchange information through intercourse, and that's what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. And so, as a man, you could give a woman certain information that'll heal her. As a man, because you are actually giving. You know what I'm saying? You're planting the seed. You're giving the fruit. You're giving the seed. As a woman, you're taking in the seed, and you're actually cultivating the man's information. That's what you have a womb for, it, to cultivate the man's seed into a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what your body's doing. You don't have control over that. Your body's doing that. But that's another topic. So, woman is receiving, man is giving. Same way a top would be giving and a bottom will be receiving. It's
hold on, Master Caliber. So what I was gonna say is, I was just gonna say this to the people. There's a link in the chat if you want to ask a question. Somebody did ask a question. Sat 12 said, keeping up with Queen Tulsa, question for Caliber. Before 3 got left, were any of the men having sex or were they going celibate?
Yeah, we're going celibate right now. We not having sex, saving our seed. We, you know what I'm saying? We making sure that we focus. You want to really build up your chi. And right now is not even the time. But good question. I wanna say this.
Okay.
You can see 2 men having sex, but that's not 2 men having sex. You can see 2 women having sex, but that's not 2 women having sex. Break down the word sacred. Break down the saying sacred energy exchange. It's sacred energy exchange. So you could look like a man, but you could have the energy of a woman. You could have very feminine energy. You could have very feminine features. Your energy, your spirits could be feminine, which allows you to see things from the perspective of a woman, which why you will understand why certain men get certain women. You could see things through the eyes of the woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, as a woman, you might have a lot of masculine energy, so you might be a woman that's very knowledgeable as far as men characteristics traits. You might have a lot of men characteristics traits, and like I said, because we live in hell and everything is backwards, you have these extremities. And the reasons you have these extremities is due to the oppression of that spirit of the gatekeeper energy, the 2-spirited beings, due to the oppression of the LGBT. What's the full saying? I don't want to get wrong. Say it one more time.
The LGBTQIA plus.
The LGBTQIA plus. Due, I'm gonna just say the 2-spirited community, because that's a lot of words. I'm not going. Is that okay?
I'll just say it for you. But I want to say this because Dwayne Wade was in the news and he brought up that, you know, he used to dress up in his sister's clothes, maybe put on panties, put on a dress. Like, have you ever experienced that?
Yes, as a kid. I was very experimental as a kid, but we can save those type of questions for the end. Remember?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so take the lead.
So I was saying, due to the oppression, it has been expressed through extreme ways. So you actually have men that have feminine energy, but because they're oppressed, they feel the need to go all the way. So you have men chopping off their penises. You have women that's trying to have penises. You have just all these extremities going on. That is only because we've oppressed and we casted out the LGBTQ, the 2-spirit, the gatekeeper community. Only because we've oppressed, that's made it become bastardized, and that has made it become to 2 extremes. You have women that are overly masculine, and you have men that are overly feminine. You take the man out of the household, and you have a woman that's trying to play 2 roles. She's trying to be a mother, and she's also trying to be a provider as a man. So now she's thinking in the mind of a man. She don't even got time to raise her kids, so she take them to school. Now, because you're not raised by your father, you don't have certain principles that you could stand on as far as what your father say. You take the spirit of the black man, the true spirit of the black man, that real masculine energy, and you lock it up. You lock that spirit away, and what are you left with? You're just left with a overexertion of femininity, in the sense of
You see how we got a lot of women's rights activists, and it's like you can't even talk to a woman the wrong way, and women have so much power nowadays, to the point where you could just say something and get a man locked up. And you see my chief going through this. Now, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But
Okay.
my point is, hold on. My point is that the world we live in is not conducive for the actual sustainability of humanity. Now, those who vibrate on a certain frequency, they will kill themselves. So it's not for us to try to change this shit. It's just for us to bring awareness, and for those who can actually vibrate to this message, they can hear it and actually know the truth and live the truth. You're not supposed to try to change the system and change the ways. Of course, there's going to be oppression to the gatekeeper community, but remember, what humans are doing, nature is doing, so it's natural. Now, this is going to cause certain things to happen. That's only here to show us how much we're living backwards. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's wrong to be gay. I'm not saying that it's wrong to be lesbian. I'm not saying it's wrong to be a two-spirited being. What I'm saying is that we've oppressed that spirit so much that it's being overly expressed due to its oppression. And I'll give you an example. Black people were enslaved for 400 years, and we didn't even have human rights compared to white America, right? So nowadays, you see so many black people that are glorifying white supremacy by having the fastest cars, the most money, the most jewelry, the most women, the biggest houses, these record deals, right? Because we want to be equal to our oppressor. So in our ignorance for the gatekeeper community, the same exact thing that it means for black people. We don't even know what we are. We don't even know why we are two-spirited. We don't know why we and when I say we, I'm talking through the perspective of the gatekeeper community, because I feel like gatekeeper community, like, y'all so powerful that y'all run the world. Like, y'all's the designers, y'all run the world, y'all run the music industry, y'all run the fashion, y'all run the makeup. You got women that are trying to look like transsexuals are setting the stage. Women out here getting BBLs and all of that, trying to, like, you look like a tranny, like. And that's nothing to discredit transsexuals. What I'm saying is, y'all set the tone, y'all set all the trends, y'all set all the sayings. Like, everybody's copying the gatekeeper community, but nobody wants to give them credit for what they do. So
let me just say this on our behalf. I think a lot of people get that part confused, and for my community and my sisters, there's not a competition, or there's no you're more woman. We all come from women, and we respect women. We are just a different kind of woman. And just to set the record clear, there's no divide with the trans community and biological cisgender females. We love you guys. There's no competition. Now we can put that rumor to rest.
you know why?
It's a
Let me
lot
tell
of
you why.
Okay.
Because there's no acknowledgement of the two-spirited beings within transsexuals. Yeah, we got a community and we accept, you know what I'm saying? You got your famous transsexuals, but we don't appreciate the energy. We don't appreciate the spirit. It's people right now in Jamaica that's getting killed for being homosexuals, transsexuals, lesbians. It's people getting killed for being this shit, bro. This not no kumbaya shit, bro. We gotta be able to heal ourselves mentally from our programming. And so to say there's no divide, that's a sense you're not totally aware of what's
I'm not saying. I'm saying that there's no I says there's no divide because like I don't feel like I'm greater than a cisgender biological woman because I come from a cisgender biological woman. I could, I look up to my mom. However, I know that she can produce in a way. I mean, we both can produce. We still can have babies. So it's like, I guess what I really want to say is, I'm just going to say it. The females, they be like to the trans and, oh, y'all want to be like me. And it's really, no, y'all really want to be like us in a way of we can give that man something that you seriously can't. Like you have holes, you don't have no pole. So that's what makes us different. And I don't think that I'm speaking for me, there's no competition because you want a dick. It's like
yo, it's crazy. When you study ancient Egyptology, or just when you study the science of the atom itself and the story of creation, the first beings were hermaphrodites, meaning they had breasts like a woman and they had a penis like a man. And we come from hermaphrodites, like the species of humans. Like
we call them intersex.
You said what?
They're recognized as intersex.
Intersex, yeah. Like these are the gods of the planet, and the reason why they're the gods of the planet, and I'll go into why people see through the eyes of a man and a woman, is because they're here to bring balance, y'all. Two-spirited beings are two-spirited beings because we're here to bring balance. There's an imbalance between the masculine and feminine energy on the planet. And the reason why this spirit comes up, because if we were totally balanced in our masculinity and our femininity, there wouldn't be no need for that energy to exist. And I'm not saying kill off, or I'm not saying no shit like that. That's some other shit. I'm saying that the reason why that spirit exists today is to bring balance to the imbalance that we're living in right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So, with that being said, the gatekeeper energy, it will persist. Like, if women are oppressed, right? Women are oppressed, and what happens is, because women are oppressed so much, you will have a male, right? You will have someone that was born a male that can actually relate to women to help other men see through the eyes of a woman, so that he could bring balance to society, so that men and women, that energy between them could be harmonious. Same thing with men. With men being oppressed, you have women that are being born and able to see through the eyes of a man, so that women can understand how to truly love a man. So you will have strong women today like Shahrazad Ali that are breaking down the mentality of the black woman and why she's been programmed to hate her man. And because we need to heal. We need to understand this and heal. And my chief has broke this down so beautifully in the sense of understanding that for men, the true masculinity and your true alpha state is a man that can control his emotions, knows how to deal with women and children. And in order to deal with women and children, you have to be mastered in your emotions, and you have to be patient enough. You have to be loving, caring, compassionate. And these are the real leaders of the earth. These men today that are born feminine, these are gonna be the leaders in the new earth, because we're able to understand and have compassion for our counterparts.
Okay, so speaking of that, Sat 12 says, keeping up with Queentulsa, question for Master Caliber. After all this time of carbonation and melanation, we have not seen any ongoing homosexual male or lesbian relationships. Why is that?
Well, would you say that we are the ones to bring... There's no need for that because we are in a heaven state. You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me just say this, because let me just say this, because Soular made it to the heaven.
What I'll say is this: I'm not saying that a homosexual man can't come to the tribe, because my chief is the most loving being. He has no problem letting in a homosexual. He has no problem letting in a lesbian. We actually let in a lesbian in Puerto Rico. We let a lesbian in Puerto Rico. And on top of that, we have no problem with having transsexuals in the tribe. It just hasn't happened yet, type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just hasn't happened. And the reason why you don't see
it we just can't say.
Huh?
I said we just can't say.
Yeah, you just can't say. We're not prejudiced against homosexuals and lesbians and transsexuals. We're not prejudiced. It just haven't came. It just haven't came. So we want to bring balance to our imbalanced mindset. And this is why having divine knowledge itself and understanding is important, because, all right, so basically my chief teaches love is absolute truth. For you to love yourself and for you to love humanity, you got to know the truth of the matter. You got to know the truth of what we're going through. You got to know the truth of our problems. You got to know the source of our problems, and you got to know the solution to our problems. Now, the solution to our sexuality is going to be, one, for us to be our true authentic selves. Two, one is going to be for us to gain knowledge of our sexuality. That's just the basics of it right there. We got to understand what sex is. We got to understand why we're having sex. We got to understand what sacred energy exchange is. Like I said earlier, and I'll just reiterate for the people who are coming into the room, what humans are doing, nature is doing. So if you see a man having sex with a man, that's nature doing that. It's not, because you got people saying like, oh, it's not natural to be gay. It's not natural. Hold on, motherfucker. Everything within nature is natural. And nature is everything. So what humans do, nature is doing. So cut that bullshit out. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. Why do we get upset, or why do we get our panties in a bunch when we see two men having sex, right? But when we see two women having sex, it's perfectly normal. Like, we don't think twice about it. That don't make no sense. Because homosexuality don't just mean man on man. Homosexuality means same sex. It means same sex. And you can ask yourself, why do we, if homosexuality isn't natural, or two men having sex together isn't natural, then why do we have a gay gene? Did you know that?
I did not know that we had a gay gene.
Look it up. There's literally a gene that makes you attracted to the same sex. And this is where we understand on a biological level. On a literally a biological level. You can't argue this. You cannot argue this is absolute truth. On a biological level, bro. There are beings that portal through that biologically are programmed to see through the eyes of a woman and a man. And they're here to bring balance, and they should be appreciated for their gifts and talents, not oppressed and casted out for their sexual preference. First of all, what you eat don't make me shit. And speaking of shit, when you drop your pot, when you on the toilet and you really dropping your pot the right way, like squatting down, oh yeah, that dookie that come out your ass, that's shaped like a dick. Oh, and another thing, the male anus has a G-spot. So when you're pooping in the AM, fellas, and your dick getting hard, yeah, that's what that G-spot's hit. So don't ever say that it's unnatural for two men to have sex, because there's a G-spot in the anus, and that's meant for pleasure, and that pleasure leads to bonding. So two males could actually bond. That's how they could bond, bro. You see it in nature. You can see two male lions having sex. You can see two male bonobo apes having sex, because it's for bonding. Now, that was my first point about how it's perfectly natural, because humans are a part of nature. Now to my second point of what I was saying is, we live in hell. The reason why we don't think it's natural is because we've been programmed to be unnatural. But how can you truly be unnatural? So what's naturally happening is a mutated perception of what reality truly is and how reality truly works. So that's that. The nature of hell is to live backwards. Let's just put that. The reason why we think the way we think about sexuality and homosexuality and that gatekeeper spirit is because we live backwards and we have a backwards perception, and we don't really truly see things through absolute truth, and we don't honor these things. So we're not going to honor the gatekeeper community. We're not going to honor transsexuals. We're not going to honor lesbians. We're not going to honor homosexuals. We're not going to honor people. We're not going to honor people who, for their sexual preferences. We're not.
So you're not gonna, okay, so do you see, okay, so I brought it up, the article. It doesn't have a, it's really not saying anything. It's no gay gene, massive study homes and genetic bases.
You gotta ask the right questions, because the truth is buried. Okay.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. Okay, so we have a question. After all this time of carbonation, we already read that one.
Look up the male gay gene. It's a gene called XQ28 that increases the likelihood of an individual to be homosexual. It's on embryo.asu.edu. A linkage between DNA markers in the X chromosome and male sexual orientation. It's a study that was done in 1993 by Christina Negan. You see it?
Okay, so this is what I pulled up. Hold on, let me share.
Hold up, I was outside of the page. Let me see.
So the male gay gene is what I Googled up.
It's the second one. That one.
Okay. And then markers on the X chromosome in the male sexual orientation 1993 by Dean H. Hammer and Charles A. Thomas.
Now let's save that for later. Because that's something new. I don't want to get too deep into it. I just know that there's a gay gene that makes you homosexual.
Okay.
And
Listen, can you repeat this question right quick? It says 3 guys says he's not bisexual. How many of the men in the carbonation consider themselves bisexual?
I can't speak for everyone. From my understanding, none of us are bisexual. Yeah, we're not bisexual. Period. I don't want to speak for other people. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, you know what I'm saying, they might have other sexual preferences, but as far as my chief goes, as far as 3 God goes, no, he is not bisexual. I'm not bisexual. None of my immediate brothers are bisexual. Y'all would ask those men. Those men, they know how to speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can hit them up in the inbox. Yes. I'm glad we talking about the gay gene because, like we said, 2-spirited beings, right? 2-spirited beings. I'm gonna give you a briefing of what genetics truly is and what biology truly is. Biology is truly the spiritual realm. It's the metaphysical world. Biology, you know why?
Why?
Because DNA is literally the blueprint of life. And when I mean the blueprint of life, it's the same as, it's the mind of God. And when you have the mind of God, you have consciousness, right? And this consciousness comes at different frequencies, and these different frequencies give certain vibrations. Now, this is connected to genetics because DNA will be the mind of God, and the genes that are selected on the DNA strand that gives you your program, your way of thinking. This is your frequency that gives you your vibration, which makes you come into physical form. And the biological realm is the spiritual realm, and true spirituality is psychology. So we have to study the mind of 2-spirited beings to truly understand what they offer. That's just a briefing. Just understand that the biological realm is truly the spiritual realm, and true spirituality is psychology. So we have to look into the mind. Now, with that being said, I'm just making sure I go over all my points. With that being said, we have to understand that your sexual orientation is okay. Sex is a sacred energy exchange. It's a sacred energy exchange. Now, you can have sex or you can have dex. Sex is when you're having something sacred, as far as sacred meaning with purpose, with divine purpose, meaning you understand why, what, where, and how you're doing stuff. You're not just out here fucking whoever. You're not just out here exchanging energies with whoever. This goes into one of the sciences, or not one of the sciences, or one of our, it goes into one of our teachings, which is called Peopletarianism, right? Mm-hmm. And 3 God teaches that Peopletarianism is actually understanding that deeper than just eating the right foods, the right people truly feed you. Because food, what is food? We're having an energy exchange with food, so we got to understand what food is. When you're having an energy exchange with a person, what are y'all doing? Exchanging information. When you're having an energy exchange with food, You're taking in its information. It's something called microRNAs within the food that then affects your genetics. So this is what the government uses to program people to its beliefs, to its doctrines. They put their messages in the food that we eat, in the genetically modified food, that literally controls us.
So let me ask you this. So 3 God, like if y'all get sick, is he like, can he heal y'all?
3 God is not healing anyone. You can heal yourself. The only way that you can truly heal is if you believe in the knowledge. Look into the Bible. Jesus never healed anybody. Now, you look into the Bible, what did Jesus say? Jesus says, through your faith, you are healed. Oh, Jesus, I'm sick. Okay, you sick. Well, do you believe? Do you believe in me? This is what Jesus says to the sick, the quote-unquote sick. Well, if you believe, then you are healed. If you believe in the knowledge, you're healed. If you believe in the truth of the matter, you're healed. So, if you believe in 3 God's teachings, then you can truly heal your mind. 3 God's not going to heal you. The knowledge is going to heal you. 3 God is the messenger of the knowledge that's going to heal you. You understand? He's the source of it. So when people say, oh, I don't see no miracles happening, I don't see him walking on water, he can't turn water into wine. So, listen, all that shit is ideologies from the Bible, is mystical stories from the Bible. The real of the situation is only you can heal your mind is if you truly believe in the knowledge. Now, with that being said, I'm glad we went into this because we understand that AIDS and HIV is a very prominent thing in the gatekeeper community, right? People love to say, oh, you fucking man in his ass, you gonna catch AIDS.
So listen, when you say the gatekeeper, what are you referring to?
I'm referring to that. You know,
the
LGBT.
Okay.
The
So
whole thing.
why do you refer to it as the gatekeeper? For the people that are just coming in.
Huh?
I said, why do you refer to it as the gatekeeper community?
Because I refer to it as the gatekeeper community because of the fact that y'all hold a gateway between the masculine and feminine energy, meaning y'all understand what it means to be a man and a woman because y'all can see through both perspectives. This makes y'all the gatekeeper between masculine and feminine energy.
We're goddesses, not gatekeepers.
Okay, respectfully, I'll say goddesses. And when you say goddesses, who are you referring to?
Me and my sisters and my ancestors.
Are you talking about transsexuals?
Me, my sisters, and my ancestors.
That's a yes?
Yes.
Okay. As the goddesses, right? Because truly, you're right. Truly, you're right. Because God is a balance between masculine and feminine. And like I said, the first beings on earth were hermaphrodites. And they were beings that had breasts with a penis. That's true. So respectfully to the goddesses, shout out to the goddesses, respectfully. Now, I want to get to my point. We say AIDS and HIV is a very prominent thing in the goddess community, right? I'm gonna say goddesses while referring to transsexuals, but I'll say gatekeepers as just referring to the spirit. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not calling y'all gatekeepers like as a wrong term. I'm just referring to the spirit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing that, and then I'm reading up on something. So I guess I'll share this part. It says, In spite of India showing progress in various medical, economic, and social fronts, the care of the transgender individual is still encumbered by the various biases and taboos that people hold. But this was not true in the antiquity. Hindu mythology holds transgender individuals in a status equal to other genders. This brief review of the various references of transgender individuals in Hindu mythology throws light on the various ways the topic of transsexualism and changing gender was addressed. Wow. You want me to keep going or you want me to stop?
I want to get to my point.
Okay.
So nobody can give you a disease. Truly, we all have every quote unquote disease that there is because of biology itself. Like, if you have DNA, you can have any fucking disease in itself. The reason why people have disease is because they're a vibrational match for that disease, meaning they're displaying the characteristics. When you look at HIV, right? Look at HIV, AIDS. The characteristics of that would be the immune system going against itself, right? So, black people are the immune system. Black people are the immune cells of the earth, meaning that we're here as God's people to protect the earth. Now, the reason why HIV exists is because we're harming each other fractally. We're all cells in the body of God, right? We're all cells in the body of God, and we're all having an energy exchange with the body. Just like the cells in your body, when the immune system attacks itself, and you have HIV, fractally, that's what's going on in your mind. You're fighting yourself. You see what I'm saying?
No, explain that again.
Okay, so HIV is when the immune system cells fight each other. It turns on itself.
Okay.
Black people fractally, right, represent the immune systems in the body. Now, I say we're cells in the body of God because the Most High through God teaches us that we're cells in the body of God, meaning that fractally what's going on in us is going on in the planet. So you could tell if somebody's a cancer cell or not by the way they live. If they live against the equilibrium of the planet by cutting down trees or not living in tune with if they're living backwards, they're cancer cells. So black people represent the immune system cells because that it's in our nature to protect the planet. You're not going to see black people just voluntarily cutting down trees. And if they are, it's because they've been programmed through a genetic mutated perception. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm following you.
Right. So, as immune system cells, you have a lot of black people that we hate ourselves so much that we fight each other. Black on black crime. You know, black on black crime. Us killing each other in the streets in the hood. Yeah, that's HIV behavior. Because you have the people that are supposed to protect the planet. Because we're so in our ignorance, we're fighting each other. So the immune system in the body of God, which is the earth, which is the planet, right, is going against itself. Now that's why I say disease don't truly exist. It's a mindset. Because ask yourself, why do black people go against? Why are black people fighting themselves? Why do black people hate other black people? What is this divide in the black community? Oh,
so I have a question.
Hold on. Why is this happening in the black community? And the answer is because we've been programmed to think this way. We've been programmed through our lower self. Our lower self lives backwards. And in the body of God, there is cancer. You see what I'm saying? It's cancer, meaning that it's a mutated cell running off of information that go against its very essence of existing. If cancer kills the host, the cancer dies with the host, which is literally retarded. So you have people that are living against the equilibrium of the planet. Thus, if you kill the planet, nigga, you're gonna die. You cease to exist. So this is what I say, it's really in the mind, because before it affects your body, it affects your mind. And your body truly don't exist. You're really just a mind. You're really just a mind. All is mental. Most High Three God teaches us that we're not conceptualizable. You can't truly conceptualize what you are through your body because you don't have a body. You don't have a body. You just have a mind, bro. And you don't even have that. It's just because there's truly nothing exists in reality. So I say that to reel it all into my point of you can't have no dis-ease. You can only think or live a lifestyle that is wrong. The only reason why you live in a lifestyle that's wrong or live in a lifestyle that's unhealthy and against the equilibrium of the planet is because you've been programmed to think that way. You think it's okay to eat GMO food. You think it's okay to have all these lights up. You think it's okay to sell food. It's a mutated perception. It's not truth. It's not based in no facts. It's not based in absolute truth. So that's my point.
Can I share something with you? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to share something with us right quick. It was a point that I had brought up earlier. I just want to share with all of us so we can.
You know, as kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things.
At 3 years old, like I said, when me and my wife looked at each other, right? And the reason we looked at each other is because of this, you know, as kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things.
That just goes back to the fact of what we said earlier. So do you think that just because a man puts on a pair of high heels that he's, you know, that is something wrong with him, or is that wrong for him to express that if he wants to put on a pair of heels?
Nah, nothing wrong with that.
Like a straight masculine that wants to just give it a try.
Like I said, if that's your preference, bro, that's your preference. At the end of the day, yo, love is the answer, bro. Like, if that, yo, we gotta accept ourselves for who we truly are authentically, bro. Like,
who is bro?
What'd you say?
Who's bro?
I'm not calling you, bro. I'm saying like, I'm just talking. We gotta, yo, love is the answer. Love is the answer, and it's okay, bro. It's okay. It's there's nothing wrong with people's sexual orientation. There's nothing wrong with what people want to do. What makes it wrong is the oppression of it.
So let me ask you this.
What you eat don't make me shit, bro.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Okay, so I don't know if you know, but one of your brothers, Soular, he was caught on Twitter receiving fellatio from a transgender woman. What are your thoughts on that?
Shit, he caught some head. Like, ain't really too much to say about it. It is what it is. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
So how would you feel if I told you that Ace and I were, you know, we were in a step of a relationship, and you know, he wanted money, and so that's, you know, we didn't go any further. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
So True, which is your brother, he goes by Ace as well. He and I, we were talking, and I feel like we were getting serious because, you know, we bonded, and you know, I think it was like it was one of them chicks that got up in his ear and they was just doing the most. I feel like they broke our relationship up. And so I asked him, I said, well, how would you feel? I said, do you have a brother and can I talk to him? He was like, well, my brothers are busy. But if I like, can I find, is it possible that I just don't want to choose him and I want to choose somebody else?
I mean, shit. Ain't nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing really. There's nothing too much to say about it. It's like, okay, if everybody agrees on the terms, it's okay. Yeah, it's nothing really too deep to think about. It's like, yeah, it's pretty simple. If everybody agrees on the terms, it's okay.
Yeah, because I really feel like it's time for me to make my grand entrance.
Oh, word. Hey, I'm taking questions.
So listen, so on the positive, huh?
I want to say one thing real quick. I'm taking
What'd you say,
questions.
honey?
I'm taking questions, and just if anybody wants to support anything we doing, anybody wants to support the Most High 3 God. Right now, we all understand he's going through trials and tribulations. Right now, we all are as a tribe. 3 to 3. Right now, he's locked up because of a lie, because of just what someone said. So anyone who wants to support the cause and wants to give support to us, you can hit us on the Cash App for donations at the 3 God on Cash App. And how do I put it in the description, or how do I put it in here?
Just type it in the chat.
Press chat on StreamYard.
Yeah, or no, change your name. Put it where your name is.
Okay.
You see where your name is?
Yeah, I'm gonna change my name, but yeah, I'll be waiting. Yeah, so I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that energy out there for all those who support us. Just, you know what I'm saying? Right now, hearts is being weighed. Right now is a time where we really get to see who really riding for us and who really riding for the 3. 3 to 3. They can't hold the black man down, bro. The black man is God. The 3 God, he's God. He's God. And it's unfortunate what happened, but understand that it's for a greater purpose, and just keep your spirits up high. Keep throwing us love, peace, love, and prosperity. Keep throwing us high vibrations, and we're going to get through this. I just want to put that out there just so people are aware.
Right.
I'm about to put it.
Yeah, have you talked to him?
Yeah.
Have you talked to the 3 God?
Yeah. 3 guys in great spirits.
What's his message for the people?
Love.
Yeah, what's his message for the people?
Love. Everyone who involved, he forgives them. It's all love, bro. It's all love. Because we don't know, we don't understand what we do. We don't understand what we do because we live in our ignorance. Hold up.
So listen, guys, if you have any questions, definitely you can call in The call-in number is 940-277. 277-6546.
Right. And there will be no questions about the case, no questions about what's going on with the tribe. It's strictly on the build. It's about sexuality, and it's about how we need to heal mentally from our perspective of it. And anything I said as far as the science of it, anything else, I don't want to talk to you. Hold on, let me get to... Okay, that. So I'm going to change my name to the hashtag right here. Do we have any callers?
Keep it up, Queentulsa. Have you met Ace in person? I think that's really irrelevant. You know, we're not here to talk about Ace. We are here to talk about master disciple Caliber, because he's in our presence.
We're really here to talk about sexuality, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, we're really here to talk about sexuality. All right, so if anybody wants to hit the link, if you want to sound off, if you have questions for Caliber, definitely hit the link. He's here.
And I also want to say shout out to you, Queentulsa, for just having me on the show. Your presence is amazing. Your energy, your vibe is awesome. You look wonderful. I'm thankful for you having me on here just to get this out to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, blessings to you and all your endeavors from this point. Just keep riding. Keep riding. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you. And you as well. So they have questions in the chat. So do you want to answer these questions?
Yeah, just just nothing crazy, everything on topic.
Okay. So keep it up with Queentulsa. Question for Caliber. Does 3 God approve of carbonation members masturbating?
Right now we on semen retention. Right now we storing up our cheap. Discipline.
I gotta stay hydrated. Listen, y'all gotta drink y'all water, child. Okay. So, are you guys like being shy tonight? Y'all don't want to ask the question? Caliber is actually being nice. He's relaxed and he's open to questions.
It's getting kind of late anyways. It's about that time for me to take it down.
So show your face one more time.
Let's see if we have any more questions, because if I show my face, I'm gonna go like right out. That's gonna be like at the end. So I'll just wait for if we got any more questions. The only reason why I'm saying it because I'm outside right now. And
Okay.
Like to go. If I go inside,
You're gonna be inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have another question. Caliber, how do you feel about just serving 3 God as a eunuch?
It's a eunuch.
Eunuch, never having sex again.
If that's what it takes to get into the kingdom and secure my soul, so be it, bro. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, that's just what it had to be, because it's bigger than just having sex with someone. It's bigger than that. It's about securing your soul, bro. Like, pyramid. If you going to stand on something, stand on that shit. Like that would be my message for you. Like, you better stand for something or you gonna fall for anything. And
don't fall right on that dick.
If that was the case, like if that was the case, yo, that's what it's gonna be, regardless. I'm gonna be with my chief in the end, regardless. I'm gonna be with 3 God in the end, regardless. So, yeah. I gotta give some better questions though. Like I'm trying to.
Peace call, peace family. Sebastian.
My boy Sebastian was good. Was good, Zion. Yeah.
Tell Zion to hit the link.
You said what?
I said tell Zion to hit the link.
Yeah. It's most to come.
Question: is most of the combination together now, except for Soular and Musa?
The only guys that are here are Captain Loyal, Captain True, and myself. Everyone else has left the tribe, and yeah, that's it. The only guys, as far as the guys go. Carbonation, shout out Sat 12.
Okay,
is there any questions on the bill? Cause I want to see, like, what did y'all catch from it? Like, what's up? Anything that sparked y'all minds, like.
I just want to know, like, how was life with Nature Boy when he was out in a part of the tribe? Like, now that you see everybody like scattering, did you see that coming when he was around? Did you kind of feel a certain type of way about certain people that bounced?
Nah, we family. Yeah, bro, we family. Like, it's never no hard feelings. It's just, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. It's no hard feelings. Never was. We family.
Okay, I get that y'all are family, but I'm saying now that everybody's split and it's just you, Captain, and the ladies, like, what is your view on those guys leaving? I mean, not in a negative way. We just a rational question, I think.
Off principle, I wouldn't do that. And on a more spiritual, like on a grander perspective, this shit is written, bro. This shit is written. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bash my brothers. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, we broken, bro. Like, us as a people. I'm not saying us as carbonation. I'm saying us as, like, humanity. Like, the minds of people. Like, it's a healing process. And we healing. So I'm not here to forcefully judge no one. At the end of the day, whatever is gonna happen is already been written, and we just experiencing this. So I'm not here to bash no one. It's all love.
Hello, how are you? Okay, so could you turn your camera on, do cool, before I add you to the stream so I know that you're like a real person?
Nah, I don't want to talk to you.
You don't?
No.
Is he a part of the tribe?
No, he's not. I don't have no affiliation with him. I don't really have nothing to say. Like, I don't know why.
Okay, so can I just hear him out?
Peace and love. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I'm interested in y'all's conversation, and I'm actually like really interested in learning a little bit more about y'all's lifestyle, a little bit more about sexuality, you know, in its entirety. So I'm curious to learn
Yeah. So that's what Master Disciple Caliber was explaining earlier in the show. He was, talking about sexuality and how Three God is accepting of all people. Are you of the Are you of the LGBTQIA plus community?
I would say I was part of the poly triad community.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's considered part of the LGBT Q plus community. I'm a little ignorant on the subject, so I apologize. But
yeah, have you ever experienced same sex interaction?
Never. No, never.
You curious about it?
I'm just interested in learning about it. I'm more so about understanding people and being, empathetic towards people.
Listen, honey, are you curious? Are you want to experience?
No, I don't want to experience. I just want to learn more about who y'all are. Y'all's way of life. Be more understanding, be more open to it. If that makes sense.
Well, my love, listen here. You would have to download the app and meet up with whomever you're interested in meeting with out of the community and get your rocks off that way.
Why? I mean, I can't just listen and ask questions about,
Well, cut on your camera because I want you to cut on your camera. The reason why my brother does not have on his camera is because we talked about it. Okay, so now I can take you serious. I felt like you were trolling me and I couldn't take you serious. Okay.
No, I wasn't trolling.
So you want to know about homosexuals like man on man? I couldn't tell you about that.
No, I was more so wanted to ask Caliber, is he, is he part of that community? Is he open to that community more so?
Yeah, he said that earlier. He doesn't judge anybody. Okay. He's, everybody's welcome into the tribe. Not like.
No, is he personally? I'm sorry. Is he personally,
No.
But curious.
No.
Okay. Yeah, but if I'm interested in learning about what y'all are talking about, man on man, man on female, all of it.
Stand up and let me see your body style. Can I see your muscles or something? Can I see what you're working with?
Why?
Because I feel like you got a hard on and you came up here to get off. See, he up here playing. We ain't got time for that.
Right, next caller.
Yeah, next caller. Okay, so SAT12 says, question, how many women are with you?
I will not be answering that question.
He's not going to answer that question. Are most of the members still communicating with each other and still supporting, helping Three God?
Pushing 3.
Pushing 3. So that's the answer. Keeping up with Queentulsa. Caliber, you mentioned animals of the same sex having sex for bonding, but given that we are a reflection of nature, why not assume that those animals are gay?
Because there's truly no such thing as being gay. There's truly no such thing as being a lesbian. It's energy exchange. When you put those labels on it, you bastardize it because you're actually taking the spirituality-ness of it. You're taking that out of it, and you're actually putting a label on it. There is no such thing as gay. It's more so that it's balanced energy. It's literally just energy exchange. It's energy. Yes. It's energy exchange. And even if you look up the word gay, it means happy. It just means happy. We're all if you're on a positive vibe, bro. If you're on a positive vibe, you're gay. We're all gay. If you're happy, you're gay.
You ready to be gay?
Yeah, we're all gay.
Yeah, all right. Come on. So listen, we have a question. What happens to what happened to cause the trans girl Marcella to leave?
I don't know who that is.
The trans girl Marcella, that's the one that I was telling you they had given Soular fellatio on Twitter. The pictures.
She was just visiting.
Oh. So she was just doing a house call.
I don't know about all that. She was here one day, she wasn't. So
oh. You know what, see, that couldn't have been me because I last. You know what I'm saying? I can last. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, I feel like, you know, it's an experience, and I think that people just, they make it their own thing. They have their own perspective about it. But I guess like when you sit down and you talk about it. But listen, I want to say this. Like, how did you ever get like disciplined? Like, did you ever get disciplined? Because I've seen Nature Boy like slap the taste out of somebody's mouth. Like, for real. I'm like,
yeah, that's acting. It's acting because I'll touch on this briefly. Basically, the things we do online that you see, they're very triggering, as you can see. And the reason why they're very triggering is because we're tapping into the subconscious of our people. And this means that we're tapping into the genetics of the things that we need to heal within our psyche as Black people. We need to see more Black people being dominant. We need to see a Black dominant male. We need to see women bowing to his feet. We need to see people bowing to the Black man. We need to see the Black man being able to express his dominance. And what you see is nothing more than just scenes. It's scenes to trigger things to make people think. It's nothing more, nothing less.
well, listen, speaking of scenes, that one scene where they were in the bathroom and that it was a girl, she was in all black, she had short hair, and then it was this other girl, she had something over her head, and I think she always wears that dot on her head. And she was he told her to sit down, so she sat down, and then old girl had come in, and man, when I tell you, he said slap her. When I tell you that girl in a black, I mean, she slapped her so hard, I felt it through the screen.
Yeah, it's
So was that a wake up for us? Because I felt that, and I definitely woke up. Like I woke up. It's like it really.
Let me just say this. It's a wake up call. It's a wake up call. It's a subconscious message to our people to tell us to wake up. Nothing more, nothing. That's all. It's nothing more, nothing less. We don't gotta. Well, it's not real. I'm gonna just say that right. It's not real. Everyone is in agreement. It's consented, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. You know what I'm saying? Free to 3.
Thank you. And then listen, before we take off, now Malia, was all her appearances.
We're not gonna talk about Queen. I'm not taking no questions.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one. So in the comments it says, we have another one. What happened? Okay. Here I go. Queen, keeping up with Queentulsa. Marcella gave head to a few or all of the men. Oh wow, is that true? Or you don't want to
Next question. They gotta be intellectual questions.
Okay, but listen, before we go on, did you get some?
No.
Okay, we gonna go.
Question.
Okay, keeping up with Queentulsa. So when 3 guys said Marcella was going to be the new queen.
Come on. Y'all playing in my face, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get some real questions.
Well, listen, I think that those are questions. So listen, he moved a trans girl in, and I mean, was she supposed to be the new queen? I think that's a rational question since we're talking about sexuality. I mean, was he confident enough to brag about her? Was he confident enough to say that he was in that relationship? Because when you think about it, we have Shauna Brooks and Benzino in the headlines. He's a celebrity. Shauna has her celebrity, and you know, when you have people in higher places, some people don't want to jeopardize their attraction or their relationships with girls from the community. And so I think that was a rational question.
Okay. I'll say this. We need more of that. We need more of that in society where we're honoring the goddesses. And we need to honor the goddesses. We need to honor the goddesses for what they're here to offer.
Yes. I agree.
Right.
Being a goddess, just, like you said, understanding the male, the female, and, I got something to say. Okay, baby, well, you're going to have to hit the link. We got the link in there, or we have a call-in number that you can call in. So you can call in at 940-277-6546, or you can hit the link and come up and visit with us. Bands Ziggy. Do you know who Band Ziggy is?
Nah, call in.
So listen, let me ask you this. So when it comes to sexuality, have you had any experiences where you didn't receive the energy that you expected or was looking forward to from a person when you got involved with them in between the sheets?
I mean, like, have I had like bad sexual experience, like unfulfilling sexual experiences?
Well, the bad energy sex. You know how, like, okay,
Dex. Have I had Dex?
The buzzkill sex type situation.
Yeah.
How was that?
Nothing to talk about. It's not worth talking about.
Okay. All right. I think we have another question. Keeping up with Queentulsa. If I'm not mistaken, Three Guys says gay people can join carbonation, but they must also produce children. Well, Soular has a kid, let's see. Keeping up with Queentulsa, even if the acts of abuse we see are acting, what is the purpose of putting that energy out into the world instead of something of higher vibrations? Would you like to answer that,
hon? Nah, it's not worth it.
Well, listen, I think it is.
Let me. I'll say this. There's a time and a place for everything. And the time and space we're in right now, we're so deeply rooted in our ignorance that we need a wake up call. And I'll just say that, like, it's like seeing. You ever seen Get Out? You ever seen the movie Get Out?
Yes, but let me ask you this: what if we was in bed and I decided that you needed a wake up call, and I decided to slap the shit out of you in the middle of the night? How would you take that? Would you accept that and you say my goddess is just expressing herself, or would you want to kick my ass?
I'm gonna ask you why the fuck would you do that? That's what I'm gonna say.
And what if I told you that spirit told me to slap you to wake you up?
There is no such thing as spirit telling you. You are that. Like, there's nothing external of you. So I know it would be your own thought.
So is that a sign of love, like, or connection? Is that a form of connection? Could that be considered as a form of connection?
I mean, for the people who like that. I know it's people that are like that out there that like that. I mean, yeah.
All right, it says
it's all preference, bro. It's all preference. It's like, yeah, people are into what they're into.
Got you. So Alina says, why are the women unable to reproduce and have children?
That's not true. Next question.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you have any children?
No, I do not.
Would you like children?
One day, maybe, if it happens.
Yeah. So what?
I would love to build legacy, but I gotta heal first. Like before I'm even thinking about that, like I'll be honest with y'all. Like I'm not really thinking about that right now because one, first and foremost, 3 guys locked up. Like my focus is really focused on like getting 3 guys out, and 2, like I'm at a stage in my journey where it's like I'm mastering myself in the knowledge. Like I want to be able to know this knowledge and be able to teach this knowledge in a way that is like irrefutable. And I make music. Like I'm not a teacher first in the sense like the way I teach the most profoundly way is through my music. So I'm really been focused on my music lately, and just
So
that
listen,
whole concept of like
can you give us a snippet of your music?
on my mind right now.
Can you give
What
us a
happened?
snippet of your music?
Go to Carbonation on Spotify. You can pull it up. 'Cause I know you can screen share.
I don't have this. Well, I think I have Spotify. I don't really use that.
On the web, you could go to Spotify web player. Just like how you looked up the gay gene, you could do that online. It'll take you to the page. How many people in the chat?
We have a lot of questions. Do you want to get to them?
Yeah.
Okay,
just go to Carbonation on Spotify or streaming services. You can pull it up real quick while we answer the questions, and just you can have it there for people to see who wants to go to the music, and also Nature Boy on all streaming platforms. That's where 3 God has his music, Shining Bright, Done It All. Also the Wake Up mixtape, Volume 1 and 2.
Oh, that's what it is. Is it like a green something?
Spotify?
Is that it? No.
Hell no. You gonna see Chief. You gonna see Chief in a chair. Yeah, do that.
Okay, here we go.
There you go. That's it right there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want them to flag me because they'll copyright it, but yeah, that's where it is. So what type of music is on there? But let's get to these comments. Alina says, why are the okay, we already read that one. Why are the women not going live to proclaim the kingdom?
Hit that inbox. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so listen. So the question was, why are the women not going live to proclaim the kingdom?
Go ask them. They have pages. They definitely have pages. You could ask them those questions.
Okay. So our next question is, have there been big orgies in Carbonation, or is that not something that happened?
No.
Okay. Is it true the women been there for years? Fucking okay. So listen, y'all.
We're not gonna answer her questions. She's
right. What we about to do
weird.
is, yeah. We're gonna take a break from the questions right quick, and we're just gonna give you guys a friendly reminder. Hello, and thank you for coming by, Keeping Up with Queentulsa. I am your host, Queentulsa. Enjoy the show. I'm so excited you are here. Please like and subscribe. Okay, so we're back. We had to get a quick refresher. Okay, it says he's not okay. Okay, Mama, you just coming over here.
Nobody called in yet?
Nobody called in. They're just strictly bands. Bands, why don't you call in? The number is 940-277-6546, or why don't you hit the link in the chat? When Three Guys says he's against selling things, how did he get that idea? Where did it originate?
Because you're not supposed to really sell things because we understand money is not the true value. People are the true value. So instead of focusing on trying to sell things to get money and things of that nature, just focus on having good relationships with people.